me? Am I audible? Are we working? Is this thing on? Hello, 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 hello. I think we're live on all platforms. We're live on Kick. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Red talks about stuff. Hello, hello, hello. Cernus, make fun of someone who isn't here. Oh, but you're all here in spirit, my friends. My dear, wonderful viewers. Omnipotent Rift, welcome, welcome, welcome. No Cow Mike, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜, is that how you say your name? 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙? 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are going to have a little bit of a different setup today. We are doing a solo stream. I don't usually do those. I've done a few, like when we did the Houthi research and a few other things. I've realized in the past few days that no one knows what the fuck they're talking about. So we're going to go through some articles, right, by people who do, and we're going to talk about audience capture incentives, and we're also going to be talking about authenticity. And I think it's very important that you don't hear it from me, because none of you, right, like, believe me anymore. That's fine. But we hear it from other sources, and we can go through it. Many of you may have seen me on many other streams these past weekend, due to the fact that everyone found out what I've been telling you for months, that I work with Progressive Victory. So, Jacob L., what's good, Wick? Good to see you. I do have it in my YouTube description now, so there was no confusion. I have it in the title of my Twitch thingy, and I have it in the bio and Kick. So, if you want any other disclosure, I don't know what to tell you. Is that good enough? Are we good? My sound is low. What do you mean my sound is low? I'm peaking on red on the OBS. Are you sure you don't have me turned down? Max is green. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. 4 months. That's a long time. Damn. But yes, I think it's important to recognize the impact certain audiences and certain groups can have on us as creators. I want to be clear. I am not immune to audience capture. The thing is, no one is immune to audience capture. No one is immune to audience capture. If you think that you aren't being influenced by your audience, you are wrong. It's just that simple. Now, there are ways to mitigate the effect. There are ways to be aware of it, to address it, to inoculate yourself from these kinds of things. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about what role influence plays in just our day-to-day, in our opinions, in our attitudes, in how we view things. Peer pressure, right? You remember? I don't know. Maybe I'm too old for this, right? But when I was in school, it was drilled into our heads that peer pressure can cause you to do some really dumb shit. Okay, and so I think we need a refresher course on that. Tomfoolery guys, thanks for having my back. Tom, I'm not actually sure what you did. I haven't seen it yet, but at least for now, I think that if they're coming at you, they should stop coming at you. But I don't know what you did. So if you've done something terrible, I disavow. But if you've done something, yeah, if it's just rando shit, I don't care. But if it's something, like if you killed a man or something, I disavow, okay? I don't know what's going on. The Hoop God, why don't you just explain the tooth money? I have. I've done it several times. I did it on 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜 stream last night. I did it on Jay Stickle's stream the other night. I don't know what you want, but it is what it is. I'll explain it one more time. The money that the quote I was given when I actually went in to get it done, it was much more. I need more work on my teeth than I initially thought. I refuse to go into debt. I am currently debt-free. So we're saving up until we get enough. I refuse to also open it up and do like a Keffel thing where I just keep asking for more money, right? The other problem is I do live in a very rural area, so getting appointments is a struggle. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, but yeah. Beckett, I support your mass Twitch poll sex trafficking ring, Tom. Are you is Tom a sex trafficker? Wick, make my message go through. Oh, sorry. 𝕍𝖎 for $5. We captured Wick by forcing him to wear hoodies and whiteboards. 98% of his audience are hoodie and whiteboard fans. You guys like the whiteboard? Like, look, I'm going to promise you, I tried writing something on that the other day. There's like, it doesn't show up real well because of the light or how it is. It's very, you can't really read it. So I'm going to have to rethink the whiteboard thing. Tom, go on Jestical's stream and apologize, or at least admit you did wrong. That's all Kelly is asking. What? Okay, can someone tell me what happened? Tom, do you want to come on and tell me what the fuck you did? I don't even know what you did. What did Tom do? Jump backstage. I'll pull you on. Tell me what you did real quick. I'm just so curious. 15 minutes. Okay, we could do that. So pause in the audience capture thing, gang. What did he do? Now I'm worried. Oh, is that the real tomfoolery? Would it be fake tomfoolery? Oh, isn't tomfoolery? Didn't he get? Anyway, we'll find out. If he jumps backstage, I can check and we'll find out. But they gaslit me because I scrolled through Kelly's Instagram on stream because she found me unattractive. They painted me as creepy. Well, we'll see, I guess. Tom had a Coomer moment and chat followed. Chaos followed. Okay. Well, while we wait for Tom, we'll give him a few minutes. 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜 says, have you been playing any Tekken, Wick? The new one is great. Tekken 8, I've considered getting it. I've considered looking into it, right? Like but you know, I'm tight on cash. Even though, and I guess I'll say this, even though it's in my bio, even though it's now in the stream title and Twitch, just to be clear, just full disclosure, I'm paid by Progressive Victory. None of the content today you will see is paid by Progressive Victory. None of the guests I will have on will be from Progressive Victory. None of this has anything to do with Progressive Victory, but it's disclosed. So there you go. Yeah, we'll find out. 𝕾𝖎𝖎, hello, Battle Brother. I'm going to be heading to the GWS here in a bit to give more money to the Emperor. Game Workshop store, bro. What's your army? I don't know. What's your army, bro? Support the man, chat. Yeah, give me money. Regressive Victory, the arch nemesis. Tom wanted Kelly to be banned for being too attractive. Well, we are anti-deplatforming here, Tom. So if you're trying to deplatform Kelly Jean, I am standing against you. I am the thin gray line between you and your targets, Tom. You will not deplatform people. Stardust, welcome to the show. Wick, he was cooming over Kelly Jean. I guess it really depends on how. I don't know. I'm going to let Tom come on. I'm going to let Tom talk about it. Tom will tell me, and I'll hear from the horse's mouth. When he comes on, if he does not give me an honest account, chat, I will let you come on next, whoever wants to, and correct the record. But before I do that, I want to hear from Tom himself. Again, I don't know anything about this. I heard that people were mad at him. I don't know the details. I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything about it. A lot of people are saying you do nothing wrong. A lot of people are saying you're being mad, Coomer. I don't know. I have no idea what you did. But I will say, as someone who's been in the hot seat for the last couple days, tag, you're it. Tag, you're it. Good luck. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what goes on. You know what? While we wait, I do want to talk a little bit about audience capture too. I think this will be a good example of it. People are involved in this space, and I have people that watch me who are Tom fans, and those people will influence me, consciously or subconsciously, to be more lenient towards Tom. That influence is something that exists that will taint, if you will, the interview. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to like entirely make it inauthentic, but there is that risk that it does, especially if we don't acknowledge that risk. Now, also in my audience, we have anti-Tom fans who will be trying to influence me the other way. The problem with audience capture is it's very hard to measure. It's very hard, especially with smaller audiences and in the moment, to really kind of get a hold of. And it's insidious because almost no one acknowledges it. We strive for genuineness in our content, for genuineness in how we present ourselves. But there is a level of inauthenticity when we do our show. By simply turning this camera on, I am on stage. I behave differently on stage, and so does every man, woman, and child that exists on this planet. We all behave differently when we are being observed and we are on stage. We may not intend to. We may try to mitigate that, but that is just how it goes, gang, right? That's just how it is. Do you think I'm so loud and annoying in real life? No, I am more loud. I am more annoying in real life. I tone that shit down for you. I tone that shit down. You think you've seen me wick out? You've never seen me wick out. You've never seen me go full wick because I don't do that on camera. No, if you want to see the full wick, if you want to see me wick out as hard and as fast and as often as I can, you'll have to come to the Ohio canvassing event, gang, where you will see me live in person. Hooray! And once again, Ohio Canvassing House. I am working with Progressive Victory. They cashed me a check. But it's okay because I would be going anyway. And it's okay because you don't have to pay any money to go. In fact, if you come, we will set you up with accommodations. It'll be great. It's going to be Friday, 9th through 11th. Stardust, I think you're coming, right? Stardust, are you coming to the canvassing event? Big Bad Booty Daddy says you're a bad actor then, both literally and figuratively. Oh. Far be it from me to malign what Big Bad Booty Daddy says. I don't know how I'll live now that Big Bad Booty Daddy says I'm a bad actor, but is what it is. Smith says, I wonder if full wick mode is full of phobia, like fear? Maybe. Zelix Leo, slick wick up to some sneaky shit. I don't care if you're getting paid, but that sounds sus, bro. Well, what is your suspicion? And 𝕾𝖎𝖙, thank you. Thank you for the Prime sub on Twitch. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the YouTube debates. Beckett says, Smith, I don't even think they care that he looked at Insta Thoughts, just that they could get him to debate. Just an opinion. Look, it's okay to think women are pretty. So if that's all he did, then that's all he did. But I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. Stardust says, my coverage on tomfoolery drama was the best, to be honest. Stardust, you do great work. I think you do excellent coverage. If I'm going to watch drama, it's going to be on your stream. Now, mind you, I don't really watch drama, but it is what it is. Oh, he get a shout out? 𝕾𝖎𝖎, thank you. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. I really appreciate you. 5 months. Sorry, bro. I got like so many chats open, and you guys are I hear in force early today. It's 6:09. Damn. There you go, Magine. That's that counts as reparations for me, right? Small Peanut says he was cooming over 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 and she found it uncomfortable how he had her Instagram page up on his stream with people saying they want to impregnate her. Oh, did he take it down when she said they were uncomfortable? Did he stop? No. Let's see what Tom asked us. Let's see what. Look, I'm letting my audience influence me already. Okay, I'm letting my audience influence me already. I'm gonna hear it from the horse's mouth. Okay, I'm gonna hear it from the horse's mouth. I'm gonna see what he has to say. Jenny Burns, 25 stream watch streak, 25 streams. You haven't missed a stream in 25 streams. That's a lot. Jenny is one of my mods. She's great. Thank you. Thank you. Mooncake, welcome. Welcome to the show. Menma, I am pulling the max attack. What's the max attack? Hello 321. Wick, when you prompting Mein Kampf, when you give me $1 billion. $1 billion. And I'll do it. No cow Mike. Does Wick drive around in a van for purposes of audience capture? No, audience capture is when you capture me, not the other way around. So Adel, thank you for 200 bits. Only progressive victory is allowed to influence you, not whales. Ignore the bits. Well, too late. I already, man, you know what? I should have read it before I read it out loud. My bad. How many chats you got, Wick? 3. I got 1 on Kick, 1 on Twitch, and 1 on YouTube. Kick is usually slow, though, so it is what it is. Origin of Logos, welcome. I guarantee a bunch of drama stirrers are in tonight. It's okay. Everyone's welcome here. You can stir your drama. You can hate on Wick. It's a free speech zone. You're allowed to say anything you like as long as it doesn't break toss or offend one of my mods. My mods are much harsher than I am. I'll say that. Portland is burning. Guys, I'll uncritically read Mein Kampf for like $100. I have 2 kids. Let's go. Portland is burning. That's you. I disavow. I would do it for $1 billion. You might be able to talk me down to a cool 800 mil, right? But, yeah. No Cow Mike says, do you really enjoy Coca-Cola or does PV pay you to drink it? Taylor Swift pays me to drink it. Taylor Swift also funnels dark secret money into me directly so that I can turn you all into good little lemmings. Oh, I also got to let you guys know. In addition, this stream is also sponsored by Beckett's mom. Okay. Beckett's mom has sponsored this stream. She asked that I wear the hoodie today for her specifically. No, we love you, Beckett. I'm kidding. It's a joke. We're laughing. We're having fun. What? We're laughing. We're having fun. It's fun. I'm sure Beckett's mom's a nice lady. Probably makes great cookies. Beckett says she's back from the dead. No one told me. Rude. Hey, look. Okay, I got that resurrection 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙, if you know what I mean, right? Pulling them back from the brink of death, baby. That's what I do. Oh, base toss. She's dead, dickhead. Oh well. It's a joke. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Wick's Necromancer stick. Hey, there we go. Thank you for the bits, by the way, average debate enjoyer. Really appreciate you. Tom, are you coming? Like, I'm holding up my stream that I planned to talk about audience capture, influence, and authenticity in order to talk to you, Tom. Where are you, Tom? Where are you? Stardust. Gotta go have fun? Have fun, Stardust. Enjoy. He is still gooning. Chinchilla says he's still gooning. Ground control to Gooner Tom. He's wicking out. Well, he can wick out on my stream. Hello, 321. Wick's morality plummeting. Cheap jokes. Man, if you're offended by a mom joke, I don't know what to tell you. I don't take you seriously at that point. You can be mad. Ho's mad. I don't give a fuck. Stay mad. Let me DM him. Tomfoolery. I like you, Wick, and the other people who hate you. You guys are all cool except Katie and Stardust. Courtney Game. Katie talked to me the other night on 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜 stream, but I don't think she likes me. I like Katie, though, even though she treats me very badly. She's very mean to me. But I actually like Katie. I think you guys are too mean to Katie. But yeah, she treats me really bad. It's okay though. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Okay, I DM'd him. Hopefully he gets here soon. Yes, we are called Wickers, Courtney Game. Infallible Foul says, I used to like Katie, but I lost faith in her. I still like Katie. Katie thus loves you and wants you to be better, Wick. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I could be better. I can always be better. Katie is too mean to me and most of the people in her chat. She's lucky we still watch her. Fair enough. Beerwater says, the only bone I have to pick with PV is 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 used to be my favorite streamer, and she was not married to any political side. Now she wears whores for Biden shirts. I like 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙. Gang, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙's one of my friends. I'm straight up. Like, I only consider a couple people in this space my friends. 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 is one of them, right? She's been nothing but kind to me, nothing but nice. She's great. I'll always stand her. She's good. Soyalda says, Tom saw that I was updating my brand to embrace the gooning, and he stole it by being creepy on main. Tom is stealing my creepy arc. Soyadle, I don't think anyone can really steal that from you. I think that you remain the creepiest king that I know. So maybe that'll change today. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Indy Uke, Indy Uke, Indy, I don't know how to say your name, says, I'm Wick's best friend. Well, thanks for being my friend. I'm glad. Friends equals cuts Wick checks. 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 don't pay me. But I wish he did. Shit. I'll pretend to be your friend for enough money, damn. But it won't be real. But I'll pretend. Gang, I don't know if Tom's actually coming. He came in, he said he'd come on and talk to me about this. Man, okay, he's getting set up still. He just DM'd me back. So we'll give him another 5 minutes, gang. We'll give him another 5 minutes. Why bring on Tom? Because I want to know what he did. And gang, and my stream itself, like the research we have to go through, is going to be an hour, right? It's going to be an hour. And I usually do a 2 to 3 hour stream. Brianna Wu for $2. I am paying Wick to read this message. Oh my God, I am now owned by Brianna Wu once again. I am now a paid Brianna Wu shill, getting those Wu bucks, influencing me to say, I don't know, to read a message, a super chat. Holy shit. No, he's still coming. Tomfoolery will be here in a sec. But yeah, I had a stream planned, right? And we're still gonna do it, don't worry. But I want to do this Tom thing first. Because I've heard he did some. I've heard he's done something. I've heard he's in trouble, and I want to talk to him about it. So, £10 or euros, €10 from Prussian Menace. Hey, what's good, gang? Oh, speaking of European people, next week we're gonna have Ukrainian Anna on to talk about the situation in Ukraine. There's a funding bill that's stuck right now. That's, I think, $60 billion in aid to Ukraine. That needs to go through That needs to go through. We need to push that bill through, okay? Because Ukraine needs our help. It is the moral choice and it is the wise choice, right? I don't know what to tell you. We're going to talk about it next week, though. That'll be a next week thing. Mantis says he's not in trouble, Wick. People are just being bad faith and stupid. Many such cases. But like I said, I want to talk to... Before I make any decisions, before I do anything else, I want to hear it from the guy himself. The man himself. The man, the myth, the legend. Portland is Burning says, WhickTV, can't you use your shadowy connections to push the bill through? My shadowy connections. Let me call one of the senators I have in my pocket. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? 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 Senator? Yes. Why are you holding up the bill? Progressive Victory has paid me billions of dollars in order to push it through. And my audience here is gunning and running for you to get this thing done. Senator, consider yourself on notice. Click. There we go. Boom, I did it. Okay. Nairsock says, Mantis, it is weird as fuck. Y'all are doing the rounds to tell people how they can feel about a sex pest? What did Tom... Look, we'll talk to Tom. We'll see. Chem1 says, imagine calling others bad faith, WhickTV. I don't have to imagine it. I am. A lot of y'all are bad faith. We can make, here on WhickTV, we can make imagination become reality. We can change those thoughts in your little mental ill heads, and we can bring them, manifest them into reality. There you go. Easy peasy. I'm like a wizard, gang. I'm casting spells. Poof! Code Matter says, Kelly is the work Jenny will not let me say. Oh, Kelly is the word Jenny will not let me say. If Jenny won't let you say it, you probably shouldn't say it. Y'all can't be seriously upset about Tom making some jokes in chat when you don't give a fuck about 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜's wife and girlfriend pics being shared in Discords. This is from Stardust. Look, we all know that there's a lot of manufactured outrage around this kind of thing. But again, I don't know what Tom did. It may be really bad. I don't know. We're going to talk to him and find out. Who the fuck is 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝖘𝍍𝖔𝖜? Who the fuck is 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝖘𝍍𝖔𝖜? 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝖘𝑍𝖑 is the man, the myth, the legend himself. 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝖘𝑍𝑑 once saved 1,000 school children from imminent disaster by busting in and killing a school shooter all by himself. That's 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝑍𝑑. 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝑍𝑑 once stopped a volcano from erupting and saved a small village in Italy. 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝑍𝑑 once drove 90 miles on the freeway, gang, in order to catch the bad guys who had just robbed the orphanage. That's who 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝑍𝑑 is, okay? That is 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝑍𝑑. Tom's in backstage. We'll bring him in. We'll talk to him. Tom, you're live. Bro, so I guess just tell me why are you in trouble? Why am I talking to you right now? Why are people calling you a sex pest? Oh, hold on, I can't hear you, bro.
What?
Hello?
Oh, I gotta change my mic. Sorry.
Okay. Let him fix his mic, gang.
Okay, that better?
Much. Okay, yeah, so what the fuck?
I did want to say real quick. You DM me and said jump backstage. That did we talk before this or anything? That because I tuned into your show right after you said that to see what was going on. You're like, Tom said he was coming. I was
like, wait, what?
Is the
YouTube Tom right now, not the actual Tom?
No, I haven't said anything in your YouTube chat. I
Oh,
wasn't.
tomfoolery show. Gang, can you, okay. Okay, so, okay, I got baited. I got debated, okay? Um, this guy said, he's got your name and your image and all that, and, he's going around, talking shit. That was fake Tom? Fair enough.
Yeah, it
Um,
happens.
well, do you mind talking to me
Yeah, I'm here
for...
for it. What's up?
Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of people are talking about you today. You're in trouble. I don't know the details though, and before I make any kind of decisions, before I uh have any kind of think any kind of way about it, I kind of wanted to hear the story from you first before I started listening to a bunch of rumors. So, can you just tell
Yeah,
me
sure.
what the deal is?
Um, yeah, there was like there's a bunch of streams where sometimes I'll pull up somebody's Instagram or TikTok videos, like stuff like that. Sometimes they're sexy videos, sometimes they're sexy Instagrams, like pictures of them in bikinis or whatever. Like but um I Kelly Jean was on screen one day. Somebody said pull up her Instagram. I pulled it up and looked at it for like I think somebody said it was there for 20 seconds and then looked at it, said there's pictures of her in like I don't know if it's like anime costumes or something like that. And so I was like, wow,
Okay.
this is cultural appropriation. Cancel this bitch, and then moved on. And just like just didn't say anything about it. Apparently, the next day, Kelly Jean said that it was weird and creepy on JSTLK's show that I pulled up her Instagram. Um, so I think Mantis started disagreeing with her in chat. So Mantis goes on to talk to them. Mantis is saying this isn't weird, this isn't creepy. They're like arguing with her, trying to say like, why would he think it's okay to pull this up? This is messed up that he would pull up her Instagram on stream.
Oh, is her
That
Instagram public or private? Do we know?
It's public.
It's
Yeah,
public
I
Instagram.
don't I
Just
don't even think I follow her. Yeah,
okay, so public
it's definitely
Instagram,
public.
didn't even need to follow. You were able to pull it
Right.
up, and you say 20 seconds on screen just looking at it?
Yeah, just pulled it up. I was doing other things at the same time. This is literally right after you jumped off my show. And I
Oh,
was like
fair enough.
going through the like I just got banned and like I'm trying to like figure out everything that's going on. And so yeah, it wasn't like I wasn't even really paying attention to what the fuck I was doing at the time. I was just kind of like uh doing a lot more in the background trying to deal with and like process getting banned in that moment. But
Okay, so
um
yeah, so
yeah.
Kelly Jean said that was weird and creepy. She didn't like it. Fair.
Yeah. So
Is that
so
it?
Mantis goes
So what
on.
happens? Yeah.
Sorry, go. So Mantis goes on and starts like arguing with her and like a bunch of other people, and she's like, "Hey, like, um, I don't know why you guys are acting like this is weird. Like, the point of the Instagram is for objectification. Like, he pulls it up. You're mad that like some of the chat was saying stuff um, like tits on screen, or I want to put a baby in her, or can you make her image bigger, or something like that. But that's literally like what the content is for. Like, you're in a bunch of very provocative clothes, and
Pause a moment though. Um, just so I know the timeline, right? So you pull up the Instagram, your chat makes all these comments. Kelly Jean says she's weirded out by it. Mantis comes on to defend you, right? Um,
yeah. This is on JSTLK
yes,
stream the
yes.
next day.
Uh,
Yeah.
and just to be clear, these comments, what were some of them? Do you remember?
That was it. Those were the ones that they were upset about. Is
Like the
one person said tits on screen.
tits on
One
screen.
person said I'd like to put a baby in her, and that was it.
You, well, I can understand how they'd make her uncomfortable, right? Like if you got a bunch
Yeah,
of
sure.
people just, talking smack and sexualizing you, right? I can understand how they'd make you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But
sure.
okay,
I
so we got this. Why are you in trouble though? Is that it?
Yeah, well, I mean, so Mantis went on and starts arguing with them over like whether or not it's wrong for me to pull it up in the first place, and they're arguing with her. They're saying no, like this is weird to pull up. Like, why would he pull that up on his stream? And so then I went on to be like, wait, no, this isn't weird. Like, this is if you don't like people pulling this sort of stuff up, it shouldn't be public. And they like there were a couple of people on there. They were kind of like being a little bad faith in the way that they were arguing with me. I get heated. I start yelling at them. people turn this into like I'm yelling at her for being creeped out by me, or like for saying that I'm being creepy, which isn't really what's happening. I'm yelling at her for kind of just being bad faith and like pivoting over and over. I wasn't like mad at her for being creeped out. It's fine. She can feel however she wants. But yeah, I was there to talk about whether or not I did something wrong by pulling it up. And afterwards, it was phrased as I'm mad at her for having feelings, which just isn't the case.
Fair enough. I understand. So someone sent me some chat messages that they say you sent. And I'm gonna read them, and you can tell me if you sent them or if it's just a fake. I don't know, right? These are just screenshots, so it is what it is. Kelly is begging for my dick all the time. Is that something you said?
Yes.
Was this in your stream, in JSTLK's stream?
This is in JSTLK's chat, yeah.
So while she's saying that she's uncomfortable with this is what you're saying?
Yes, while she's saying like I'm creepy, I'm weird, like this is messed up, like, and she's talking about this for a while, like they had been,
and you're saying
like
Kelly's
on and off the
begging
topic.
for my dick during.
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying you also say it's not sexual harassment, it's public content. I think that's fair. I don't think that's a bad comment. I think that's just your argument, right? That's fine. The first one though, bro. I don't know about that one. Let's keep going. Tom Foolery says, defend myself against what? She's a public ethot. She exists for objectification.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. And last, I will keep Kelly's tits on my screen every stream.
Yeah.
And this is, to be clear, after she said it was making her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, sure.
Can I ask why you said that? Like,
so
why would you do that, bro?
As I'm saying these things, they're in response to the specific things that she's saying. So where she's saying like, why would somebody pull this up on stream, and then arguing with somebody that it's wrong for me to pull it up on stream. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'll keep pulling them up. Like, she started talking about DMCAing me, and I was like, you can DMCA me. I'm not going to keep pulling her stuff up. I'm more so like making a point about like, it seems really weird that you keep this public and up when you're saying like you don't want random people just pulling it up and looking at it. That comes across as insane to me.
So you were saying this kind of like in the heat of the moment, you were arguing. Just to be clear, you're not going to bring up her Instagram again on screen, are you?
No, I haven't pulled it up.
Okay, but you won't in the future?
Yeah, no, I have I have no desire to pull up her stuff.
So this was kind of just a heat in the moment thing. You were mad, you were angry, you were fighting, you were like hitting
not even
back.
mad. I'm just like making arguments about what it is that she's saying. Like I feel like if she has a problem with people pulling her stuff up, like she should probably private it. Because if not, like I have the right to just keep pulling the shit up, but it wasn't that I'm going to. It's more so that I just like I think it's kind of dumb if she actually thinks it's weird and creepy for people to do that. I would expect some like behavioral changes from her.
I guess, but like I don't know, man. Courtesy is like, even if I don't think it's wrong or immoral to do, right?
Sure.
If someone says, "Hey, I don't want you to do this. It makes me feel uncomfortable." Courtesy is just like, okay. I get like being angry and arguing in the moment and things like that, or being like in that kind of debate mode, but I don't know about some of these comments, bro. JSTLK says WhickTV asked Tom what happened with 7. I know what happened with 7. I'm friends with 7, so I know what you did.
So yeah, so I'm like making arguments against what it is that they're talking about in the moment, right? She's sitting there saying like as though it's wrong for me to pull this up. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'll keep pulling it up. In practice, I don't actually keep pulling it up, but like, yeah, I think if somebody chose to keep pulling that shit up, I would think it's on her to make some changes. Obviously, yes, if we were talking about what's courteous or something like that, then yeah, we're gonna have a different conversation.
Well, that's kind of the conversation I want to have. Like, I get it when you're kind of in debate mode and you want to like stand by the principle. Fair enough. But at the end of the day, man, like, look, that is not the time to talk about how someone wants your dick. Is if they're being like, "Hey, what you did make me uncomfortable." I don't think that's the time, brother. That's just my genuine impression, brother. I don't know what to say. 𝕾𝖎𝖎, thank you for the Twitch gift sub to JubeTube. Appreciate you. So okay, I guess does anyone is chat? Is Tom giving me an honest rundown of what happened? What do you think? Does anyone want to come and talk to me and Tom here that may have a different point of view? Jump backstage, gang.
Channel name just said Tom thinks he's Destiny sometimes. Like, yeah, like a Destiny. Tons of other streamers do this shit regularly. They're acting like it's weird that I did it. It's not weird. This shit's regular. It's common on this in this space. Like she has the right to feel however she wants.
No, I get
I don't.
that.
I
Like,
have the
I
that
don't
I
think-
need to care, but
yeah, I don't think it was wrong to like look at her Instagram, right? I don't think that was wrong, but I do feel some kind of way when she's like, "Hey, this creeps me out. I would rather you not do it," and your response is to talk about how she wants your dick and that you're gonna keep doing it no matter what she wants.
You realize her saying like she wants my dick is obviously like a self-deprecating joke when she obviously doesn't. She's making it very clear that like she wasn't happy with what happened. This isn't like a real statement. We don't. I feel really weird about the fact that like this is the most blatant fucking joke in the context that it's happening, and there are jokes that are going to be like inappropriate based on what's going on, but based on like the level of seriousness of that comment, I don't think that people's like offense to it is it should be taken seriously in any way. It's a fucking joke. It's not serious. I'm not actually saying she like you agree with that, right?
Is gonna come on in a second and he's gonna tell us that this is what happened. Because again, I wasn't watching the stream. I wasn't there. I don't know, right? And I want to kind of hear, since it happened on his stream, I want to kind of hear from him and see what he has to say.
Yeah, but you agree with what I just said, yes? Because you're saying that these are like weird comments to make. You understand there's no level of seriousness to what it is that I'm saying, and that it's. I think it's weird to try to pretend as though they're serious and that we should be offended by them.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know how serious you were. You're telling me now that you weren't serious, that it was a joke. But I don't know how they came off because I was only sent what you said. I don't know any of the context around it.
So give me a way that this makes sense to where it would be. Okay, so you're saying if there's other context that makes it serious somehow. I don't know what context that could possibly be, but yeah, I would love to hear
the context that it would be serious. The context that it'd be serious is if you weren't joking and you were seriously saying I don't understand.
The context
it's not
where it's
obviously
serious,
a joke to me. It's not obviously a joke. I understand that you're saying you were joking, and I understand also that you said that you won't actually do any of this, and that's good, but it doesn't obviously come off as a joke. Jay Stickles, is that how the fuck do you say your name, bro?
It's like a Rorschach test. You just say it however you want.
Okay, I'll call you J Dog. J Dog. So this happened on your stream. Can you give us like kind of a rundown here? What's going on?
Yeah, so we got a clip of Tom covering some I don't know, it was like an argument with counterpoints, I think, on my stream. Oh, you were there, but it was before you'd come on.
Okay.
So he was watching that, and then his chat started basically saying, "Hey, you need to make Kelly's camera bigger. Hey, like we want to see Kelly." So this was before he brought up his IG, by the way. They were asking specifically.
Oh, so his chat asked him to bring up
his chat
Kelly?
Asked him to.
Is that true, Tom?
And
yeah, my chat asked me.
Your chat asked you to. Okay, fair enough.
And it's the same mod who always does this with any attractive woman who asks for their Instagram to be brought up. What did he say? I can't remember. I didn't look for the exact logs, but it was something like, yeah, get her tits up on screen. It was something along those lines. So in my mind, we went through a couple of these instances, and it seemed like there was a pattern of sexualizing these women and then getting their Instagrams up on screen so everybody could make sexual comments. Seems like that's a pattern in this community.
Is it a pattern in your community, Tom?
100%, yes.
Is that, see, I can't tell if you're joking, right?
No,
He's
I'm
not
not joking.
joking.
Yes, we sexualize women who sexualize themselves. If they have sexual Instagrams, if they have sexual photos of themselves, we appreciate them. This isn't this isn't rocket science.
Sure, but if they say that they're uncomfortable or ask you to stop, do you guys stop?
Yeah, this is the first time anybody's ever asked me to stop, so yeah, sure.
Okay.
Are you sure it's the first time?
Yes.
You haven't made
Yeah.
anyone else feel uncomfortable?
I am positive. Yes.
Okay.
The first time that anybody has ever asked me to stop, JSTLK, that was the question. Yes.
Okay.
This is the
Second
first time
question.
anyone
First
has
time
ever
you've
asked me
made
to
anyone
stop.
uncomfortable?
No, this is not the first time I've made somebody uncomfortable. Yes, I just found out about somebody else afterwards, and yeah, I wouldn't pull their stuff up again either.
Okay. Do you think that that has a way higher chance of happening if you're doing it to women who exist in the same space, the same debate space that you do?
It has a higher chance of happening because they actually know about it. Yes, obviously.
Let me ask you this, Tom. Would you do it if you were debating one of these women, would you do it while they were on your stream? Would you do it to their face, so to speak?
It depends on the context, right? Like, if I'm just pulling it up out of nowhere as though, it depends on what we're talking about. There's a lot that depends on this. I don't know that there's, I don't know that you would have to, if we're sitting there talking about whether or not it's okay to sexualize women and they're arguing that it's not, and then I'm pulling up fucking photos of them where they're sexualizing themselves. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good point where, they're obviously doing it as well. So yeah, why not? Why is it bad? There's a lot of areas where I would say it's perfectly fine. But if it's used as an ad hom to try to make them look bad, no, definitely not.
So you understand that in certain contexts and certain circumstances, it would be inappropriate, even if they've sexualized themselves in other areas, to bring it up and to use it and look at it with your chat. You would understand that that would be not a good thing, even if they haven't said anything, even if they haven't told you it makes them uncomfortable. None of that. You understand that there are certain circumstances where it would be inappropriate for you to do that.
Yeah, when we're saying inappropriate, we're saying it's like an ad hom in this situation. You're kind of trying to delegitimize them. Then that would obviously be a negative way of interacting in a debate.
I should be pretty clear here that I actually don't think pulling up the Instagram in a vacuum is that bad. I really don't think so. What I consider to be the bad behavior here is that when Kelly expresses discomfort with that or disgust with that, that she expresses that, and then Tom's response is to come in and say, "Oh, Kelly's always wanted my cock." Right? If we think about that in a real life situation where somebody says,
really
"Hey,
brave
you're
of you,
creeping me out a
Jace.
little bit," you're creeping me out a little bit, and you go up to them and say, "Hey, I know you've always wanted my dick." Obviously, this is insane.
So Tom is saying that's a joke, though. Like he was joking, which it's very inappropriate to be clear.
So if he made that joke to somebody in public, that would also be insane. No?
I think that's fucking soy as fuck. No.
To go up to a woman who says you're making them uncomfortable with your sexual objectification of them, and then to say, "Hey, I know you've always wanted my dick," as a joke.
Hold on. It depends on whether or not my sexual objectification of them is inappropriate. Yes, if I did something inappropriate and then I do that, that would be fucked up.
And a woman's wearing a bikini.
No, I don't think that it's okay to sexually objectify women when they're at the beach in a bikini. Because I think that when they're there, wearing a bikini has utility to what it is that they're trying to do. They're but they're not there for a sexual reason.
There are 1,000 different swimsuits they could wear. Get out of here with utility. Shut the fuck up.
And wearing less clothes actually dries off faster when you're getting out of the water, and you're actually trying to get sun. That's kind of the point in being at the beach, is to try to get sun and to try to get a tan.
Have you apologized?
That is the utility of bikinis.
Have you apologized to Kelly? I know you said to me that you wouldn't do it anymore, right? But since then, have you reached out to Kelly to apologize?
For her feelings. Yes, I feel sorry that she feels this way. I don't think I did anything wrong, but yes, I'm sorry that she feels that way.
Brother. Stop. Okay.
Well, I mean, he even just said that he didn't think I did anything wrong, so...
Not with the Instagram thing. Obviously, what you're saying is a joke. You would have to be absolutely psychotic to think somebody would take this as a joke. You are so far outside of the norm here that everybody thinks you're a moron for even addressing this and not just
I
apologize for
highly
moving on.
disagree that everybody thinks I'm a moron. I
Okay.
highly disagree with this. But
Sure.
you were even debating people all day yesterday on whether or not that's the case, bro. You know that's not the case. Your chat was disagreeing
Oh,
with you every time I
no.
checked in.
They were disagreeing with me on what they thought was my point, which was that the Instagram post looking at the Instagram profile was bad. I admitted to my chat, I don't think that that's that bad. In a vacuum, that's kind of fine to me. Okay? It was
So you were
the
debating
after
people on things
of
that
you
you didn't
going.
think were bad. That's what you're saying.
It-
People were coming on and debating you on shit that you didn't believe.
yeah, people thought I was upset about the Instagram post, and I was not. And I made that very clear with them. Or
Okay.
sorry, you looking at the Instagram. Yeah, I made it very clear. Not upset about that. Totally fine. What was weird was when Kelly expressed her discomfort with that, you came in and made your quote unquote jokes, which I actually think were just you being very upset. And your close friends also think that was just you being very upset and deciding to be the villain.
Okay, and they're wrong. Like, this is yeah, I was just fucking around. Like, I thought it was funny. I still think it's funny. I think it's based.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, Tom. Again, I didn't see this interaction. I'm going to be clear. I haven't seen the interaction. I haven't even seen a lot of the debate around it. I have just heard, like, you know how you hear, like, oh, Tom's in trouble, etc., through the grapevine kind of thing. And I wanted to bring you on to kind of see what actually happened. Like, I don't have an issue with you bringing up someone's Instagram profile or whatever. I don't care, right? Like, okay, but it really changes when the person says, hey, please don't do that. And then you, in the moment, push back against that, right? I guess the only courteous answer is, okay, sorry, I won't do it again. I don't know what to tell you.
You're saying, hey, you didn't do anything wrong. Go and apologize, right?
No,
when I told you that I'm apologizing that she felt that way, and you're making faces about it, you're actually saying you agree with that.
The Instagram isn't the wrong thing. It's your response to her that's the wrong thing that you should apologize.
Hold on. Wait, that's not what I asked.
Oh.
You made a face when you said, did you apologize to her for this, right? Making her feel uncomfortable that I pulled up her Instagram. And I said, yes, I apologize that she felt that way. I didn't apologize for what it is that I did. And you made this face like I'm being weird for saying that. But that's what you're saying.
Because that's not an apology, man. That's
what you just said, Wick. That's what you just said. Differentiate what I said from what you just said. Apologize that she feels that way, not for what I did.
Okay, I don't think you have to apologize for how she feels. I think you have to apologize for what you did. And to be clear, not the Instagram. I don't think you have to apologize for that. What I think you have to apologize for is your response when she said she was uncomfortable. I think that was inappropriate, and I think you should say, hey, it got in the heat of the moment. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
If she said stuff about that, I haven't seen it. When I talked to her, we were talking about the Instagram post, and when I was making these comments, we were talking about the Instagram post just now. I know, yes, she did, to try to obfuscate from what it was that she was talking about in the first place.
You just
but we
said
didn't
she didn't
actually
talk
have
about
conversations.
it, and I just told you she did.
We
now
did
you
not
admit
talk
she did.
about.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, she has said things about that. If she's saying that she's offended by it, I'm sorry. I think that
you just keep lying constantly here, so I just have to keep you kind of within your boundaries because you just
you
keep
said
lying
that she
about what
told me that
happened.
she was offended by this, right? You're saying that that's what she said to me. She was offended by this.
She said explicitly she wasn't offended by it, and she said if she did say that at some point, she didn't mean it. She just thought it was creepy. She felt creeped out.
Okay, so yes, thank you. You're saying that I'm lying. Yes, thank you. The comments in chat is not what she said she was creeped out about by me. You brought up the comments over and over.
Hold on, if I may, just 𝕵𝖎𝖎. Was she offended by the comments?
I'm sorry. Hold on.
No, I just want to ask, was she actually offended by the comments?
I'm sorry, but he just said that, she brought them up. We weren't talking about whether or not she said something about them. We were talking about whether or not she said she was offended by the comments. JSTLK. That's what we were talking about. Not that she didn't just say something about them in general, but that she hasn't actually said a feeling about these things, that she was offended by them to where I would feel the need to apologize. That's what we were talking about, yes?
I don't know if she said she was offended or not with the comments. I just know it was brought up.
Okay.
We'd have to go to the clip if we wanted to see what actually happened, which I'm always happy to do because Seems like you can't remember what happens.
Well,
most of the
I
time.
had a plan for today, but I guess we're doing this now.
You're the one who just forgot what the conversation was
I
about
guess
just then. So I'm
I could just
little
DM her
ironic.
and ask. But I'll figure it out. But if it turns out that she was offended by the comments, Tom, if I talk to her and it turns out that your comments during the debate or whatever made her feel uncomfortable, like when you said that she wants my dick and I'm not going to stop doing it, would you apologize for your comments to her then? It doesn't have to be like I don't know if it has to be public, but I think at least
for the she wants my dick thing, sure. It, like, again,
Okay,
I would
so
say
you
I'm
would
sorry that she
apologize.
feels that way. Like, my intent was not for her to feel that way. My intent was just to, like, yeah, kind of fuck around and, like, argue against what it was that she was saying in a hyperbolic way. It wasn't, it wasn't to offend her. It wasn't to, like, make her feel uncomfortable. That was not what my intent was.
Okay. But you would apologize, just to be clear, you would apologize and say sorry for making those comments if it turns out she was offended.
Hey,
yes.
Can I jump in really quickly?
Go for it, Beckett. Why not?
Like we haven't. It's been a busy fucking couple of days. Hey, Joystick. I like the Rorschach test thing. That's an interesting concept. I haven't talked to you, Tom, about this. Obviously, I've seen it and like fucking bits around it, but like just really simply from what I'm seeing from the outside, what I'm hearing from other people, what I sort of heard tonight is like, if you say things like, I apologize for the way you feel about this. I mean, even if you're meaning it sincerely, it sounds bad. And I think, generally speaking, it looks odd to end up in a situation like this where you bring up someone's Instagram. I'm going to be honest, I don't care. And then you end up very quickly, and then you end up looking like you're debating for some logical reason when actually I think you're down a rabbit hole, and an acceptable answer for a community that is not really hospitable to you would have just been, fuck you guys, I don't care. And I'm confused as to why you didn't do that. That's just what I'm seeing, and I want to say I'm not hugely critical of you. I don't think you're a sex pest. I don't think this, but yeah, it just looks like you've gone into a spiral to me personally. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's the point, is to like moralize some guy just pulling up an Instagram that everybody agrees there's nothing wrong with this, but that is where the problem starts. Is that yes, like her feeling creeped out by this, I'm somehow supposed to apologize for what it is that I did. We all agree I don't need to apologize for what it is that I did. That I need to apologize for her feelings, and because that wasn't my intent with pulling it up.
We all pointing out for everybody. Everybody keeps seeing him look at he keeps bringing up the Instagram viewing.
I don't care about the Instagram.
That's what we were just
Stop.
talking about,
Stop.
That's what Beckett brought up. That's what Beckett was talking about, JSTLK.
Stop, or I will stop both of you. Tom, Jesticles, both of you. Okay, Tom, I want to be very clear. It's not the Instagram that's not what you did. When we say you need to apologize for what you did, that's not it. That's not it. No one's talking about that. I don't care about that. Pull up Instagrams all day. I don't give a shit, right? But the problem is, what you did was, when she said, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, I wish she would stop, what you did was go in and try to debate her on it and made some very inappropriate comments that she felt, that she possibly felt, and we're going to find out, we're going to figure that out, made her uncomfortable.
Look, I want to stop you.
Can I just very quickly clarify one thing before we move on?
I'm sorry, hold on. I still need to respond to what it is that Beckett's saying. You guys are all twisting this.
To clarify.
Beckett was actually saying, he said, when you say you're apologizing for how she feels, this sounds like a non-apology. And I'm saying, hey, if she's saying that, like, if people are saying that I need to apologize for what I did as of like pulling up the Instagram post, I just don't feel like I need to apologize for that. But my intent was not to make her feel uncomfortable. So I am apologizing that she feels this way, but I'm not saying that I did something wrong by pulling up the Instagram post. That's what I said. We didn't change the topic here. I'm not obfuscating. This is what Beckett said. That was my response to it. And then everybody kind of acted like we were talking about something different.
Didn't let Beckett clarify before you went on that rant.
Yeah, I just want to further clarify. I don't think there is an apology you can give that would be sufficient because of the additional incentives, shall we say, around this. I think that even if your intentions are good, whatever you do, the further you like push into this, the more it feeds into things. I don't want to stay too long. I'm not really involved in the drama. I do want to apologize to 𝕉𝖎, just really randomly. The first time I saw you, I called you like retard and talentless. I've actually watched a bit of your stuff, and it seems pretty good. So
you came
like,
on to 𝕾𝍍? Cool.
Cringe.
Great.
No. I just want to. No. I'm not watching it.
𝕾𝍍
I'm
is
not trying to
cringe.
build a relationship. I
Yes,
just
you're
want to
cum
apologize.
guzzling. You're cum guzzling.
No,
Yes.
because no, fuck off, Mantis. I have said on my
Yeah,
stream,
that's what you're doing
which
right
he
now,
would
it's
not have
cringe.
seen, which he would not have seen, that I was withdrawing that comment, and I'm just doing that
Man, thank you for the 5
I'm just doing that
Really
publicly,
appreciate you.
and holding myself to like disclose standards, because that's what we're doing now. It's become important. I've pushed it. There we go. Cool. Have a lovely evening, all. Laters.
Okay,
Later,
bye.
later.
Yeah,
Becca.
see ya.
Okay, Mantis, you said you wanted to come in and defend Tom. Go for it.
Well, there's bigger issues I have with this whole thing. I was
What's your
there
issue?
from the beginning, and
Okay.
I was probably, I guess, the person that started this whole thing by getting up on his stream and taking issue with the shit they were saying. I just want to clarify something. The way it was brought up initially is the problem, in my opinion, not how it's turned out now. And I think what's happening here is 𝕉𝖎 is trying to reframe the issue because he knows the original reason why they were talking shit on the stream had nothing. He didn't have any kind of real reason
Before
to
you
do that.
before you go, I want to
I
ask
can answer that.
𝕉𝖎, what was the context of them first bringing it up on stream?
No, can I please tell you what I was, why I took
want to hear
issue with
from
what I
him
heard?
first, and then you can tell me, and I will see. Right?
Okay,
But I
we'll
wanna
see if he
let
tells the
him
truth. Yeah.
tell his side of the story first. Then I'll hear from you. Is that okay? Okay. Just
Yeah,
a
If
quick.
he doesn't lie, yes, it is.
The way it went for me was we knew Tom was covering this stuff. We got a clip of him looking at the Instagram. Somebody said, "Oh, Tom's reviewing your Instagram on screen, Kelly." So we went and looked at that clip, and we brought it up, and we all just went, "This is weird. This is just weird." While he's like just scrolling through it. I think Kelly took issue with the cultural appropriation comment. I think I might have gone in like I might have said something like not beating the sex pest allegations. Right? Would that be
Yes.
accurate? Sure.
And 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙, Anna, whoever the fuck, was saying it was sexual harassment.
Okay. So did
So
Tom
I
come
have
in
an
to debate
issue.
𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙?
Hang on. I have an issue because what's happened here is
I wouldn't answer that
you
question
could
either.
you could possibly take issue with the comments within Tom's chat when it was pulled up. But Tom himself did nothing that would warrant sex pesting or sexual harassment claims. That was my issue. The way you were talking about it with 𝕾𝖍𝖎, yes, she might have just said that's weird and creepy, but it was in the context of on your stream where you then took it further, called him a sex pest, and said he was sexually harassing someone just for pulling up their Instagram. So engage with that first.
Did you call Tom a sex pest just for pulling up the Instagram?
I called Tom sex pest before that.
Oh.
He's been doing it for months.
He is a weird, degenerate fucking... He's a weird, degenerate freak to me. The way he deals with sex on his stream, it's gross.
Yeah, so this is bad faith,
makes them feel
Well, hold on.
But
listen.
Listen.
That's talk.
That's not like a moral claim. That's not a moral claim. That's just me talking shit. I think he's disgusting. But that's just how I feel about it. I'm not telling anybody else.
Yeah, okay. I just want everyone to understand that
that means the same thing as weird sex freak. So I just use them.
I just want everyone to understand
that's how
that
it is.
when 𝕾𝖍𝖎's sitting on this person's stream, who's made it very public and spread around this fucking thing about sex pesting, that when she brings up a little weird and creepy comment, it is fodder on his stream to then take that, extrapolate it into something that it absolutely wasn't, and that was the problem.
So people can take out their anger with me on 𝕾𝖍𝖎 because she feels a certain way about somebody.
No, actually, when I jumped in, I wasn't trying to talk to 𝕾𝖍𝖎. She just kept making it about her. I was trying to talk to you and Wolfgang and 𝕾𝖍𝖎, and so did Tom.
Seems like a understandable reaction if people are ogling your
𝕾𝖍𝖎 just like to make it all about her.
Weird about it.
Let me ask you.
Okay.
Hang
on. I didn't finish. Wait, I didn't finish my second part.
Okay, but I'll ask you the question, then you can finish your second part. When you answer the question, I'm going to give it to you. Right?
Thank you.
Do you think that Tom did anything inappropriate or wrong during this whole interaction from start to finish? So not just pulling up the Instagram, but also in his response. Do you think he did anything wrong? And if so, what?
No.
No. So you think it was okay for him to tell the chat, the public chat, that Kelly Jean just wants his dick?
Yes, I think it's a joke, and I think it's funny.
Okay, and
I'm not morally grandstanding here like everyone
and
else.
And you think that it's appropriate, and he did nothing wrong when he said he was going to keep doing it, even though he's told me now, to be fair, that
No,
he
not
won't
in
do
the
it.
context of the joke, because if you understand the joke being she clearly it was never, it's not real. He obviously knows she doesn't want him in any way, and she thinks he's disgusting. Then when you say something like that, it's ridiculous, and for you to take it so seriously is also ridiculous. Very ridiculous. It shows that you kind of don't have a sense of humor, essentially.
I mean,
Because
maybe
you're
not.
looking at
Maybe
this out
I'm
of
humorless. That's
and
true.
it's weird afterwards.
Yeah,
It's all
I'm sorry.
weird.
And then
Just
everything,
a quick reminder that
and,
all of Tom's friends came and gave this exact opinion that it was very weird, the comments, and that they wanted him
yeah,
to
but they're
stop
not.
digging on the comments.
No.
Okay. Well, just
Yeah,
all of the
that's
people
fine.
that
We're
he
moving on.
associated with
Well,
up
hang
to
on.
this point
I just
all
want to.
shared
My
this
second
opinion,
point is
so
very
I'm just
relevant
pointing it
here.
out.
My
It's
second
totally
point
What's
is
your
very
second
relevant.
point? Mantis, what's your second point? Go ahead.
My second point is relevant because what's happened is because the initial incident, like the pulling up of the Instagram and turning it, them turning it into sexual harassment, that's the real problem here. But people are avoiding that problem, and because of these comments in the chat that people have taken out of context and turned into realistic threats or something, they're now, what's happened is 𝕍𝖎 has made the argument based on that he is therefore a sex pest, and everyone has just gone running with that and saying that Kelly has made that argument. 𝕍𝖎 has given Kelly an argument that she never had.
Was a threat. Just very awkward.
𝕍𝖎 has given Kelly an argument she never had, and it's turned into something else, and everyone has pounced on it because they're just pathetic, in my opinion. Like Zonya and 𝕾𝖍𝖎, they all decided to take that and not see where it actually began and why it happened. And everyone's doing it. Wick, you almost just started doing it as well. It's kind of funny.
I'm going to be real. I'm just trying to figure out what happened, and it looks bad. You understand that just from someone from the outside looking at those comments, looking at
a lot of things look bad.
Really
you
bad.
looked bad last week, and I defended you because I
do appreciate the defense,
wrong.
right? But I don't know. Like I'm just calling. I'm calling balls
yeah, but,
and strikes
but,
here.
But can everyone get some fucking brains here and not just look at things in a vacuum and see things in actual context?
Well,
if you don't want to do that moving forward, then that's on you. It's not on Tom to apologize.
No. That's why I'm bringing you on.
Showing the context here.
That's why I'm bringing you on.
I just want to ask you, Mantis, directly. I just want to ask Mantis directly, really quick. Sorry. Just so when a woman says she's uncomfortable with you ogling her openly, an okay response is to, as a joke, say, "You've always wanted my dick," to that woman.
It depends.
I want to be clear that it was not the response. The response is to her debating
and that was
whether or not I did something wrong. That was what I was responding to.
Okay, I've just received a DM. Someone's going to come on a little bit later who has a little bit more information about this. Maybe, right?
They're saying maybe. Can I just speak? Can I clarify my "it depends"?
Yes, you could clarify your "it depends." Go ahead.
I'm going to take this specific situation instead of extrapolating it into like a chick walking around in real life in public on a beach or in a supermarket. All right, we're just going to get realistic here, down to earth, grounded. So in this situation, what happened was Kelly Jean made a little stupid, weird and creepy comment. I don't even think she really cared that much, but these guys made it into something really, really bad. You're making allegations about someone, okay? So that's why, in this situation, one can assume that Kelly Jean didn't really care. She was just being flamed up or whatever by these guys. And yeah, I think you can make a joke about someone who cared initially about just their own public, self-objectifying content being pulled up on a stream.
So let me
I think it's funny.
I understand.
And I don't believe Kelly Jean actually cares that much.
Yeah, but let me walk you through kind of a situation if we're going to ground this in real life, right? If I'm grocery shopping, if I'm at Walmart, right, got my hoodie
Jesus
on,
Christ,
right, I got my one tooth like sticking out. Ooh, I'm going through.
This isn't the same thing. I already know what you're going to say.
Pushing the shopping cart. I see a woman in a bikini. Weird outfit for a supermarket, right? Weird.
You see a woman with, let's just say you see a woman who you know has a lewd Instagram.
Fair enough.
Wait, right? How would you know that?
Right? And then
I'm sorry.
Okay, but okay, fair enough.
You just know she's like maybe famous or something. She has a lewd Instagram.
But that's why this doesn't map on. That's why this doesn't map on.
I start obviously looking at her. I start obviously oogling her, right? obviously, right? I'm being obvious about it. She says, "Hey, that makes me uncomfortable. Can you stop?" And then I tell her, "Yeah, you want my dick. I know you want my dick. I'm
That's
not
not the
gonna
same thing at all.
stop." What do you think happens
not
in
the same
that
thing.
situation? Why?
It's not
Why
the
is it not
same
the
thing.
It's
situation?
not the same thing, Wick, and you need to shut up. It's not the same thing. I've made it very clear why it's different.
This is similar to like when a girl has like really tight pants that like go up into her butt crack and she's at the gym and some guy looks at her and then she goes and takes the video and posts it online and everybody acts like, why are you like saying it's weird and creepy that a guy looks at you when like this is like kind of the
so
point.
You're saying Kelly
this.
was sexualizing herself in the content you're reviewing on stream?
You're talking about in the
Because
Instagram
you
post?
brought the sexual context in. Kelly did not. You brought the sexual context in, right?
Wait,
Kelly
hold on.
was not bringing the sexual context in. So you're saying it's like the gym, but it's not like the gym because Kelly wasn't bringing the sexual context into that content. You were.
Nobody brought the sexual context in except for the chatters. Tom didn't do anything. Tom didn't do anything. She brought the sexual content in by putting it on her public Instagram.
Go back to the first argument, Wick. Tom created the culture of his stream doing this. He admits his stream has this culture.
Okay. So now we're changing the argument.
For the chatters asking for sexual content on the screen.
I'm sorry.
I don't think there's a problem with asking for that.
Hold on. I want to finish what I was saying.
Yeah,
so,
please.
So
Let's
this girl's at the gym.
But don't answer the question.
Tom gets priority.
Yeah,
Tom is the excuse. Tom gets priority. Priority to Tom. Go ahead.
Just rant away.
So
we'll be waiting.
They post the video and they're like stigmatizing like the male gaze and that it's like weird for men to look at women and all of this shit, and they call it weird and creepy, which I think is wrong. I think it's wrong to like act like men appreciating women or like looking at obviously sexual content in a sexual way is that this is somehow wrong of us to do. Just as I think it's wrong of people to stigmatize the woman for posting it in the first place. I think that's wrong. So initially, where she calls it weird and creepy, I think this is kind of messed up to say on a public platform. One, I think it's a little bit more messed up to say it with a guy who's continuously called me a sex pest, tried to get other women to accuse me of sexually harassing them and bringing them on, trying to get them to give him allegations. And then
just real quick, sorry, before you continue, just can you expand that and just tell me which instance that was?
Where
and then three. Someone? Are you talking about Lav?
It's in the middle of Kelly and other people debating Mantis on whether or not I did something wrong. They are debating whether or not I did something wrong as I'm in the chat saying these things. So that is it, when they keep saying like, oh, there was nothing moral, nobody said anything moral. That is what was happening, and they're just coping about it. Okay, now yes. Lav, he brought Lav on and asked her if I was like sending, if I was inappropriate with her in DMs, even though he had already like kind of called me a sex pest for like a month at this point. Yes, then he brings her on and asks her if I was like being inappropriate with her and if I was like like sex pesting her.
So
I want to appeal to that being $20.
None of you gonna interrupt my money. $20 from Lawson Harrison to say, are there cases of people such as Ron Jeremy or Jenna Jameson that we might expect to have a somewhat permanent sexualized persona? I guess, but I don't know. Even then, right? I think that if they ask you to stop and then you make jokes and things like that, I don't know, right? Like I said, I wasn't there. Maybe it was very obvious joking, the context and with the thing, but I don't know. I want to give...
You're just buying the bad faith narrative.
I don't know. I'm not buying a narrative. I'm trying to figure this out. Now, I will say to Jesticles, right, the fact that you have consistently called him a sex pest, consistently been kind of down on him for being this creepy and weird, I don't know if I can, like... I think that colors it a little bit, but I want to hear from some other people. I want to get 𝕵𝖔𝖎𝖙 and Brittany Simon in there on this.
Can I just really quickly point out why Tom's previous hypothetical was bad in the gym?
Please. Yes.
Sure. So it was basically that the difference here is Kelly asked him to stop. The gym girl, she never says anything. She just posts it for clout, right? She just posts the guy staring for clout.
Yes.
Kelly asked him to stop first. She was like, "Hey."
No, Kelly didn't ask me to stop.
Sorry.
No,
sorry. He's gonna claim that her saying she was creeped out was not asking him to stop.
No, she
went on a public platform. You're saying one person did it for clout, the other one didn't.
That means stop doing whatever you were doing, please.
No,
but
That-
maybe not
that-
to Tom.
She went on a public platform to say it. She didn't DM me. She didn't say, "Hey Tom, can you not do this anymore?" She was on a public platform just like the person posting it on TikTok. So don't act like it's different. It's not fucking different. They're both the same.
She asked you to stop, yes or no?
Hold on.
You're gonna say
You
that creepy
said
things
they're
isn't
different
asking you to
because of the
stop?
public platform thing. You agree they are not
just tell me
different,
that
right?
saying she's creeped out is
Yeah,
not
that's what I
asking
thought.
you to stop.
Can we get
That's what I
cameras
thought.
up?
Saying
If
she
you
was
got a
Don't
creeped
answer
camera,
this
can we
guy.
get
It's
cameras
not
up,
asking you
please?
to stop.
I've been trying to get my
Idiot.
camera up. I can't get it on.
Let's-
You're gonna say, "Okay, camera's up,
Tom
buddy."
unable to get it up. 2024.
Never. There's crazy people in this space. Why would you ever do it?
I want to hear what Brittany and 𝕵𝖎𝖎 have to say. Well, first
Brittany,
of
you
all,
wanna
do
go?
you guys know about this situation?
𝕵𝖎𝖎,
Yeah.
we're in here first, so go ahead.
Yeah, 𝕵𝖎𝖎,
Okay.
go ahead.
So, one, if you've ever listened to Tom talk, it's pretty obvious that he likes to say hyperbolic stuff, that he's joking. I immediately took it as a joke. You cannot like that joke. That's fine. But like all these comparisons are really weird because the first time I heard anything about this was, why is it appropriate to pull up her Instagram just because you say you don't know who she is? Well, I went to her Twitter too. I said, you know what? I'm going to Google her. I went to her Twitter. Look at the first pinned tweet on her Twitter. How much can somebody sexualize themselves publicly before you say, hey, it's totally inappropriate to say sexual things about them? Like somebody said, Ron Jeremy or Jenna Jameson. Like, does everybody have to pretend like that their entire persona isn't being sexual?
Make it clear
This seems
once
pretty
again. I'm
weird
sorry,
to me.
𝕵𝖎𝖎. I just have to make it really clear once again.
Jay,
Everybody's
so
going to try to
please
make
shut
this
up.
about the Instagram profile viewing and not about the comments.
It was. That's how
Everybody
it
thinks it's
started.
about the comments.
that is what
but
Mantis-
all of you guys are going to
that
make
was
it
Ma-
about the Instagram
No, Mantis
profile.
was debating
How
her
it
on
started.
whether or not
I'm
it was
just saying.
okay
I'm
to
just
pull
pointing
up
out
the
that you're all
Instagram.
pivoting away from the actual
Yeah,
problem.
so what
No,
I'm
No,
saying
we
is,
are.
you could have pulled up. Would
You're
pulling up
lying.
Twitter be okay? Because I haven't seen the Instagram,
Yeah.
but the Twitter.
I
the very
do
first
have to
Instagram
Yeah,
is
agree
really-
with
pulling up the Twitter
Hey,
and the
stop,
Instagram were
stop.
both okay.
I do have to agree with Jess Stickles here. I don't care about the Instagram. I think the issue here is the
Hold on.
comments, and that's the
Okay.
issue that I have.
Okay,
personally.
just real quick. Okay, so the problem is that like when we say, "Oh, she just didn't have a problem with pulling up the Instagram. She just said that it was weird and creepy," and then Tom starts making these comments. That's just incorrect, and it's taking what happened out of context. She is literally in the middle of debating Mantis on whether or not it was okay for me to pull it up and whether or not it's ever okay to ever objectify women at all. That is what was happening at the time. So when I'm saying these things, they are already debating these things. So they're like to keep making it sound like that's not what was happening. That is what was happening.
Yeah,
It just is.
Jay Stalker's pivoting 100% to get everyone to change it because he knows that the original discussion that was underway is foundless. There's no foundation.
Fair enough.
So
The
he
original
has to
discussion,
change it to the other
foundationless.
argument, and he's convinced you, Wick, and you need to fucking figure that out real quick.
I
Real quick.
literally,
Right,
Wick, just
I do
pointing it
wanna
out
say-
because they're going to keep trying to go to
Go
the
ahead.
Instagram profile. I already conceded the other argument. I said there's nothing that bad about pulling up an Instagram profile on stream. Morally,
Yeah.
I think it's so. Hold on, just for me personally, in my bubble, if I'm going to use Brittany's parlance here, in my bubble, it's weird
Cringe.
sex freak behavior to consistently goon over women for 30 seconds
You're
without
lying.
speaking at a
That's
time
not true.
on screen. That's all fucking
disagree.
super weird to me. I think it's
Destiny
disgusting. I think
Destiny
he's
does
a
it all the time. In your bubble,
deranged
it's a
freak.
norm.
But
You
I
sound like
find
an
you
incel.
deranged
You sound like a
Tom's
fucking
ass is
incel.
weird.
One at a time.
I've never ever once made fun of Destiny for his sexual proclivities.
No, you
I've never
said
once
that.
done that.
You
True.
said in your
Very
bubble,
true.
it's weird sex freak behavior. That's what you said. In your
Hmm.
bubble. That's just incorrect. In
You
your
sound like an
bubble,
incel.
Relevant does it. Destiny
Stop
does it.
stealing Brittany's
Hassan does
lines.
it.
If I said,
Wait,
hey,
who?
JSTLK, the way that you go after Tom, I think it's weird and creepy. But I mean, it's fine. You can do that. Am I actually not complaining about it? Or am I just sort of like trying to bitch about it and then
I feel like you're
act
asking me to
Giga
stop
Chad?
doing it.
I feel like that's me trying to Giga Chat, acting
I'm
like I
not-
don't care while also getting to bitch about it at the same time.
I'm not
I
talking
feel like
to Ellen
that's
about this, just to
You
be
asking
clear.
me
I-
to stop doing
I
it.
think
Yeah,
that
I'm not
Tom was
bringing
fine.
up
I think you
Ellen.
said some
Don't worry.
crazy shit that was super bad optically afterwards, but people were fucking coming after you. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get heated. You're gonna say dumb shit. But everything that you did, I think you're fine. And everybody's just mad,
Look,
and I
I
don't
have no
get it.
problem with this. I have no problem at
all.
all. If you just
I agree. I'm
if-
just
just stop,
pointing out I've
stop,
conceded
stop,
that already.
stop.
You're
I
buying
have
those
no.
sorts
I
of
want to
things.
make sure. I want to make it clear to my eyes. I have no issue with this. If Tom apologizes to Kelly directly, then I'm good. Okay, you messed up.
Just to
you
be clear,
apologized,
I
it's
have
cool.
said like, yes,
Wick.
that my intent was not to make her feel uncomfortable, and that's not what I wanted from it. If the joke like came off that way, that was not my intent. I felt like as I'm saying it in what's happening, that it made sense, and so it just was not my intent whatsoever, and I didn't mean to make her feel that way. And also, people keep saying I'm mad at her. I'm not mad at her. I was mad in the conversation about what was
you have no
happening,
ill
about
will
like
towards
pivoting and shit like that.
Kelly Jean right
No,
now?
I have no,
To
and
her
no, and I even
response,
think that
nothing?
she's handled this pretty well because
Okay.
like people there have been like other people saying like, no, this is sexual harassment. That he did sexually harass you, and she's like, well, I'm not saying that. Or no, he is a sex pest, right? He did sex pest you. She's like, I'm not saying that. I think that's too far. I think she's handled this fine. I have no problems with Kelly Jean at all.
Wick, I'm
Tom,
just
you
trying
know-
to get in here.
Can I-
If I could,
Can I just
wanna
give
ask a
you a
question.
constructive
Stop.
criticism?
Yeah,
We'll
we're
take
gonna
the
get.
order.
Oh, hold on. GSTLK. Then we're gonna go to 𝕵𝖎𝖎. Then we're gonna go to Brittany because Brittany hasn't said anything yet, and I want to hear.
Actually,
from her.
just want to ask 𝕵𝖎𝖎 the question that I've been asking everybody.
Please.
So 𝕵𝖎𝖎, if you're making if you're kind of ogling a woman or you're sexualizing her in some way, and she asks you to stop, do you think you can still continue to make sexual comments towards her? Do you think that is okay?
Well, if I'm at a strip club and she's on the stage, yeah.
Sure.
But most places, no. So it just
Okay.
depends on the context and where
I
we're
agree
at.
that it depends on the context. Do you think the internet is an open context for everybody? Like, that anything that's on the internet you can pull up in any other place on the internet?
No, not anything and anything. Like, you're being way too
Okay.
broad to where nobody could possibly
Sure.
agree with you. This is like
Sure.
bad faith.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So, oh, sure. That might be bad faith. Do you think it's okay to say to a streamer that, hey, I feel really uncomfortable you bring up my sexualized content on your stream? And do you think after that, it's okay for that streamer to say, hey, I knew you always wanted my dick?
Yeah, if they're joking, it depends on the nature of the relationship between the two
you think
people
it's okay
and how
when
obvious
a
it is that they're
sincere
joking.
comment is meant? So a sincere comment is made, you're making me uncomfortable. You think it's okay to joke to them saying, I knew you always wanted my cock? They're not friends. They're not close.
So I think that that's not necessarily the best thing to say, but I also think that this has all been super crazy, and I don't know what part of the timeline that happened in. I think Tom said some dumb stuff, but I think that everything that he did is fine. I think that he kind of asked for some stuff.
Yeah,
The thing that I
agree
wanted
with
to say to Tom, I wanted to give you constructive criticism. You said, I'm sorry that she felt that way. If all you got to do is say like, I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. That wasn't my intent. That's good. Saying I'm sorry you feel uncomfortable is a dog shit shitty thing to say. But they're like,
he's
like
not
2
done
words
that yet,
apart.
by the
They're just
way.
like 2 words apart. Because when somebody says I'm sorry that you feel that way to me, I'm the least violent person. I want to punch you in the fucking face when you say that to me. That is so disrespectful to me. I hate that so much.
Okay. I want to give Brittany a chance to say something. She's been sitting here. She's been waiting patiently. Brittany, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I know you guys know I've been watching it, so I will say that I'm gonna be real. I think this might be like orchestrated drama. I don't believe any of you.
Mhm.
Tom, I believe you. But I don't believe anyone else because the goalposts keep moving and then you guys keep changing the rules about what's offensive. And I know Kelly Jean from stream. She's one of the most ruthless, meanest bitches in the internet sphere. She goes for women's throats and tells them if they're not strong enough to be in the space, they can fuck off. But then when she has to handle it,
Thanks.
she plays victim. So my whole thing is like, I think it's fake. I think she's obviously like, this is for views, right? Are we just like making money right now? Because I have ads on right now. I'm making money. You guys making
was
money?
totally for views when we were just
Nailed
reviewing
it.
Tom going over the Instagram. Absolutely was just for views, and it was all like fun. And then Tom made the comments he did, which were super creepy to somebody who's just asking him to not creep on them.
I was going to talk
Well,
about
but
audience
she
capture
wasn't-
today, but then a fake Tom came in and baited me into DMing real Tom to get him on, and now we're here.
Even the fake
So-
me's are based, dude.
Yeah, fake me showed up. You showed up on my stream today, Tom. I thought it was you.
Yeah,
Does
I
anyone-
don't think
wasn't
that's
me.
true though. Like,
Cool.
see, if I
Wasn't
just
me.
watched like hours and hours of this on off stream and on stream, and like I just don't think that's really true. Because like Kelly said, we just watched it before I came on here, that she wanted Tom to show a different part of her work because she didn't want people to think she was just an Instagram model. So we went to her Twitter, we went to her Instagram. Like, either you got to get rid of that stuff for your brand, or you got to accept it, girl. You're sexy. She's beautiful. Like Kelly is gorgeous, and she's using that to make money. And I'm here for it as a sex positive feminist, if you want to call me that. I love that shit, but it is a part of your brand. So if you want to be seen as something
Sure.
else, you better stop the industry
but
altogether.
hold
because,
on,
We need to
that's how it
respond to
works.
hold on,
Brittany,
Brittany.
too,
Yeah,
now.
I'll get you. I'll let you respond to. But my initial thought is like, again, I don't care if he's looking at her Instagram, I care about
Sure.
the responses, right? Like, and I don't
Well,
know even if I think someone is disingenuous when they tell
Yeah.
me to stop, like that they don't really mean it or whatever, I'm still gonna stop just as me, right? Like even if I think that it's kind of fake or they're just doing it to stir shit,
Mhm.
I'd be like, okay, I'll stop. What is weird to me
I wouldn't.
was fair enough, but
It's
I
weird.
would.
If you think they're disingenuous, why would you not make a joke like that?
Hey, Wick, I did send you
wait,
some screenshots
wait.
of Mantis. She was berating Tom for doing this exact thing to a different influencer a couple months ago. So I sent you some screenshots
Well,
of
context
that.
matters,
Her
right?
chats
You could
are
do the
pinned.
same
No,
action,
we
but the
talked
context does
about it.
matter. Like, it's not just anybody, it's Kelly Jean. And it's not just anybody, but it's like the context
Wait,
of the situation,
hold on.
right?
I've
Can-
DM'd
Brittany,
Kelly
can I just
Jean.
ask
If
you really
Kelly
quickly?
Jean wants to come
I
on,
just have
she
to- I
very
sent her
much
the shit,
can.
too.
I don't know if she will, but yeah, I'm just letting
So-
you know.
Well, but
Can we
again,
not get
wait,
can we
hold
not
on.
like
I
get
need
Jason
to-
to manufacture more drama, please? Like just
I
I
need-
haven't gotten a
yeah,
chance
I
to
need to
respond to
respond
Brittany
to
yet.
what it
and
Hold
is.
now
on,
other
stop,
people are gonna
stop,
go.
all of you. Hey, stop. One at
I'm-
a time.
I'm
I'll decide
also-
the order. We're gonna go to JSTLK, and then we're gonna go to Tom. And after the
Just
response
really-
to Brittany, we're gonna let Tom have his say. Go ahead.
Just really quickly, this is totally up to you, Wick, but just I'm probably gonna have to speak a little bit more because I think I'm responding to a lot of these people. I feel like that's probably fair. I might end up with a little
You
more
seem to
talking
be
time,
you seem to be the most anti-Tom here,
Yeah.
so that's fair for now. We do
Sure.
have a guest that may be coming on soon that can add some more clarity to the
Okay.
situation. But when they get here, they get here. If they get here, they're still debating it amongst themselves. But anyway,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to. So with Brittany, she keeps pointing out that Kelly is mean. You think that because Kelly is mean, when she says, "Hey, you're creeping me out," she still deserves to be sexualized? I realize I'm
No.
morally loading that, but
No,
Okay.
yeah, that's the problem. You're rephrasing it. So within the context of who the consciousness Kelly Jean is on the internet, she set a precedent for how people could treat her and how she treated other people. And then in this situation, somebody made a comment about her Instagram, which she took offense to. He made a joke because she took offense to it. Then she insinuated as if she wants him to stop, but never gave clarifying like reasons why. And so it sounded like they were having a rapport, like a back and forth. Like he was making a joke, she was responding, you guys were making allegations. So it feels like with the context that there wasn't an authentic no, there wasn't a stop. There was a Tom's a freak or a pest or whatever. So then Tom gets to respond, right? So it's that kind of thing. It's the context.
So
Yeah,
she
so-
said she was creeped out. She thought it was weird, and you're saying that that's not her asking him to stop.
Right, I agree. Yeah, I am saying that.
Okay.
Wait, that's kind of what you're saying
That's
too, though.
really interesting.
You said that
I'm
she
saying
said
I
she
don't
didn't
read
actually
people's
care.
minds. Yeah, people like they have to read. I don't read
No,
minds.
she thought
Like,
it was
explicit?
weird and creepy.
But
Yes.
that she didn't
Here's the
also
thing:
care.
is it's a sexual joke. You don't think the sexual element changes it at all?
No.
Wait,
I mean,
Okay,
it
so
changes the
why-
context.
Hold
but
on,
not really.
You're saying I shouldn't
Why?
do it.
Why? I just have to ask. Why did you get so angry at Destiny when he said that he'd rather have or rather get raped than have his nose broken? If the sexual context doesn't change anything,
That wasn't a joke.
sure. Do you think Kelly took anything here as a joke? Can we
Well,
objectively know what a joke is?
It was very. It was a joke.
Objectively,
Nothing.
Very clear.
You just took a
Then call
very
Tom a
serious
liar.
conversation.
You don't.
just took-
Wait. You don't think Destiny was kind of saying that half cocked in his own head in a funny
No,
little
because
way?
Abba
Hey,
came on to
I'd
confirm
rather. I
with
kind
him.
of rather
Abba
get
came on
raped
to
than
confirm with
punched.
him. No, fuck you. Abba
he's
came on to
never
confirm with
dug
him.
on an.
It
He's
was
never
not
dug
a
in on a
joke.
joke before to try to
Hold
make
on,
a point.
No,
hold
it
on,
was-
hold on.
no,
Let
you're
Brittany
wrong.
respond. Let
This
Brittany
is why I
respond.
think
Jason
he's
is
fake.
such a weasel. He's a
This
weasel.
is why I think he's. That's
Like
why
a
I think he's
weasel.
making a fake drama wick. Abba came on to confirm that was a real story from Steven, that I didn't make it up. It got confirmed as a very serious response. It is not a joke. That's why Abba and I
Okay.
were shocked.
100%.
So I don't think
Hold
Kelly
on,
thought it
hold
was
on,
a joke.
hold on. Brittany, if
Yeah.
it comes out later, if Kelly says later, if she responds to this at all, and she says that, no, I wasn't joking, this isn't fake, this is how I feel, would your answer change here?
Only if, so my answer would change that if Tom wants to create a connection with Kelly and respect her friendship with them, then of course that he would see her feelings were hurt and care about those feelings.
Yeah, so Brittany's just everything is subjective to Brittany, so it's almost pointless to have this conversation.
No,
So
it's
she's gonna say,
contextual.
You can do
Jason.
whatever you
don't-
can
you
do
don't like
whatever you want,
context.
and no, you can do whatever you want if it's like appropriate in your context. Sure, it's contextual, but it's all subjective. So
Well, I
just-
believe in
it's
diversity, so.
pointless.
What about your context? You've been coming after Tom, so everything that Tom says is going to be filtered through the most bad faith way possible. Like you can't constantly go after him over and over again and go, "Hey, look, it's obviously this way when
I
it
can
actually is
literally show you a
subjective.
clip of me reading one of the objectification thing, and I gave the most good faith interpretation of it. I said, I think what he's saying here, and it was really stupid to write it the way he did, but I think what he's saying is that for a cosplayer or Instagram model, their content is for objectification. That's the content's purpose. So I've
When he
given
said she
a
exists
lot of
for
really good
objectification,
faith.
is
I've given a
clearly
lot of
hyperbole
really
joke.
good. No, it's not.
It
He's
wasn't. It
literally
wasn't
saying
a
the
joke. I
content.
was saying it
Was
was
it not
the content.
hyperbole?
The content is for.
not.
No, I was
But I
saying the
gave that good
content
faith
is for
representation.
objectification.
I'm not
No, when
trying
you
to
said
kill
she
Tom as
exists for
badly as you guys think I
objectification.
am.
I was saying her internet personality, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙, is not like, I assume, not her real name. Tomfoolery is not my real name. Tomfoolery exists for debate and like content.
You're a
𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙,
character, I understand.
the personality exists for objectification.
I do have some more information.
Can
that's
I
been
just
DM'd to me.
can I just make
That's a
one
little more
Well,
point
no,
detailed,
just
but-
he
One
did
moment,
say he
sir.
was going to go to 𝕾𝖎𝖎 and
we're,
then me.
We're
and
gonna go to
I've been,
Tom next.
They've been
Tom
going
is
back
next,
and
but let me
forth.
share this information that it was just DM'd. I don't know if this information is true, but it was DM'd for me, who's someone who says he's there at the time. Hey, Wick, sorry I can't jump on when I'm with my kids, but I think it's important you know that this was a meme until Mantis came on and told everyone about Coom Time and described it as Tom pulling things out like this up for the purpose of allowing his viewers the ability to coom over the content. That is when 𝕍𝖎𝖙 started taking this seriously, and Kelly really got creeped out. So that's some additional context for the viewers at home so that we know. Tom, you're up. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So they were already saying it was weird and it was creepy, talking about me being a sex pest, talking about it being sexual harassment for like, I think that happened an hour before Mantis even jumped on. Then when Mantis jumped on, she was jumping on, arguing with them over whether or not it was wrong for me to pull it up and whether or not it is always wrong to objectify people. So when we keep saying, nobody's saying that there's this like, that something bad happened or they did anything wrong, we're just talking about feelings. That is not what the conversation with Mantis was about. And you can go listen to 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 where she is arguing that I should have known not to pull this up and that I shouldn't have thought this was an okay thing to do. That is the arguments that are being had. And then when I jump on, those are the arguments that are being had with me as well. But it's all rephrased afterwards too. She was just talking about her feelings. When you say something, you say a behavior is weird and creepy, you are like, you're not just giving your feelings, but you are characterizing what it is that the person is doing. So to say, oh, well, it's just a feeling, that's all it is. No, you are giving like an exact type of behavior that you think applies to what it is the other person is doing. And that can come with a lot of moral judgment, especially if afterwards you're saying they should have known better not to do this. Yes, this is a moral judgment, and that is what the argument was. And they keep trying to make it sound like it was just about feelings. That's all that was being said, and it's just
Do you
incorrect.
think this is manufactured drama,
And-
Tom?
Yeah. Intellectualizing
Brittany
a
has said
response,
this is
like an emotional
manufactured.
response.
Do you think this is manufactured, Tom?
I manufactured, I don't know in what sense. When I say like an important part of the context is that
Tom manufactured it himself.
𝕍𝖎𝖙 is, well, I'm pulling
Not
up Instagram models as I always do and have for years. So I like manufacturing it in that way, sure. 𝕍𝖎𝖙, the person who has been calling me a sex pest for a while and trying to get people to make sexual harassment allegations against me, pulls up the freaking video of me looking at her Instagram on his
Kelly will be here in a
stream
second.
and gets her
Oh,
to comment
FYI.
and gets her to comment on it. Okay. In that case, like, yes, he is trying to like, get drama out of it, get her reaction out of it. Yes. So like in that case, I don't think Kelly was
You were
giving like an
reacting to
inauthentic
Kelly's
reaction or
stuff,
anything.
yeah.
She's going to be here in a
Right,
second,
got it.
and she will be able to ask her directly whether this was a joke or manufactured, and we'll talk to her directly. I think that's only fair. I think that's what we're going to do. So she just DM'd
Yes,
me.
just to
She'll
be clear, I
backstage
don't think
shortly. So
she's being inauthentic or anything like
Okay.
that. No, I
fair enough.
I have a question that I think is pretty relevant.
Please.
I assume 𝕍𝖎𝖙 would know. How does Kelly make money off of her content? Just out of curiosity. And then I have a follow-up.
Memberships, I assume.
To
I would just save this for Kelly.
Oh,
I
Kelly's
actually
Yeah,
coming.
have
sure.
no
Like
insight
I just
into
told
how
you,
she
Kelly's
makes her
going to be here in
money.
a second.
Sorry,
You
like,
can ask
other
her.
than-
I didn't hear you
I
say
know
who
she's
it was.
Okay,
on-
I just
So
before
I
she gets
just
here,
wanna
I just
say-
want to jump in because I'll jump out of the call.
Okay.
Oh,
Mantis, what's
I
up?
just want to point out that this feelings argument that has been like heavily drilled down upon by 𝐽stalk about like you should care about when someone says they don't want something done. I just want to make it clear that 𝐽stalk doesn't actually care about feelings. It's very clear he was upsetting Tom for months and months by calling him a sex pest, and when Tom said he didn't like it, he didn't give a fuck. So the feelings argument, J-Stalk, you can stop using that one.
Yeah, I'm a bad person.
Yes,
No, you
keep
just
talking
don't
about me in
actually care
sexual
as much as you say you do.
You keep
You're
talking
Well, I
just
do
about
care
using
about
it.
people I like, just
areas.
like everybody else in the world, right? We care about the people we like.
Okay, so I don't have to care about Kelly then, right? Because I don't really like her.
No,
that
you
much.
don't. But when you sexualize her, actually, after she's asked you to stop, you have to
No,
deal with
it's
the
when it's a
consequences of
woman.
that.
No, you
You have
can't.
to
You
deal with
can't
the
use this
consequences of
anymore.
that,
I'm
which
afraid
is
you
everybody
can't use
calling
this
you
anymore.
a weird
No,
degenerate
I'm afraid
sex
you can't
freak,
use this
okay?
anymore.
So we're
I'm
just
afraid
gonna
you
keep
can't use
calling
this
both of you
anymore.
this. And also, Mantis, we didn't really
You,
bring it
you,
up
you don't
enough,
have
but
morals.
when this happened to
You don't have
Seven,
morals,
you made
J-Stalk.
fun of
argument as
Tom
Brittany.
for ogling her on stream. You specifically said, we were supposed to be evaluating her words, but you're evaluating her body.
No,
That's
no,
what you
we
said about
discussed
Seven.
it. We
So
discussed
you were
it.
clearly you're very upset with me, and that's completely changed how
Can
you
I tell you something
evaluate
that's
this
funny
situation.
about Seven? Can I tell you something that's funny about
Sure,
Seven?
go for
Is
it.
I went
Please
on
don't
Wick.
dig the hole
I
any
went on Wick.
deeper.
No, just one more thing before Kelly talks, and then I'll get off.
Okay.
Unless she wants to say something. I actually went on to Wick's panel and made a troll sort of meme situation out of that list thing, and Seven thought it was hilarious and reached out and wanted to join in. So we've already talked about that. You can just stop
Seven
with that as well.
Seven may be
People who are
coming
made
on later
uncomfortable
herself, and she
sexually
can tell us about
definitely
it.
don't.
But once
Definitely don't. Try to just
we're not going to
influence
talk
them
about
it.
Seven's story until Seven gets here.
You don't have morals.
Sure.
Anyway, Kelly, welcome. Hi.
Yo, what's up? I have not watched any of the streams today. I barely know what people are angry about, but this is the 4th day of this. I'm truly skilled in making drama out of fucking nothing.
I'm not sure myself. I had a whole other plan today, but then someone tricked me in getting Tom on here, and now I'm trying to just figure out what happened. So can you, in your own words, just kind of walk us through what happened, right? People were saying that Tom made you uncomfortable on stream or something, or that he pulled up your Instagram or something. Can you just talk us through
the grand total?
What happened?
The grand total of what I said is, this is kind of weird and a bit creepy, probably. I definitely said weird. That's it. There was no like me saying, a lot of the arguments were from other people. I wasn't making the objectification arguments just because no one would listen to them coming from me anyway, so it seemed like a waste of time. I didn't call him a sex pest. I didn't say my feelings were hurt or I was offended. That never happened. Like, I give a fuck.
Okay, so just to be clear, you are not just so
I was called a liar for a bunch of weird ass shit that never actually happened.
Kelly Jean, just to be 100% clear, you have no problems with the comments that Tom was making. You have no problems with any of it. You're good.
No, I mean, I said it was weird and kind of creepy, and the shit that he said the day after was weird as fuck. But like,
yeah, and she's handled this really well, and I've appreciated the way that she's talked about it, and I don't hold anything against her. Like, I was upset in the debate over what it was that we were talking about, or over the way that we were engaging, but I don't have anything against Kelly, and I think that she's been really cool throughout this. So I don't think that she is overblown this in any way or anything like that.
That was different than when you were screaming over the top of me the other day, bro.
Yes,
right.
I was upset for the pivoting and the moving around. Yes.
Can I ask you?
I just want to ask Kelly really quickly. Kelly,
this is what I said to start.
Tom was joking? Did you think Tom was joking with the comments in chat? The whole Kelly wants my cock. Do you think that was a joke?
If it's a joke, it's not a very good joke. I don't know. Where is the joke in that? It might not be serious, but that doesn't really make it a joke, I guess.
From my perspective, it was self-deprecating. You're calling me creepy. You're saying what I did was weird. I thought it was
why do Americans not know what self-deprecating means? Fucking this lesson is something I have to teach you every fucking day. It makes me want to kill myself.
Okay, so when I'm saying this, when I say self-deprecating, I'm pointing out how obvious it is that you would not want my dick and that you are not interested in me or not attracted to me, that you are not even okay with me just looking at your Instagram, that you would find that creepy, that yes, I am obviously taking that to a hyperbolic level to where it's just obvious that's not the case. That is self-deprecating.
You might have thought it was self-deprecating, but that's not a self-deprecating joke, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
I don't mean to.
I guess if Kelly doesn't really have a problem, if she thinks it's weird and creepy, she said it's weird and creepy, but she doesn't have a problem with it otherwise. Is that true, Kelly? You don't have a problem with it otherwise? It's just weird, creepy, and yeah.
What other problems do people think I have? I have no fucking clue.
JSTLK was just Go GST.
Wait,
Okay.
did I ever describe Kelly's behavior or how she
Based
thought
off
about it?
is using you to.
No, hold on, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Okay. So all I've said is when you sexualize somebody and they say it's creepy, is it appropriate to continue making sexual comments towards them? In my opinion, no. I said nothing about how Kelly feels about it. I didn't rely on that at all to make the argument because it's really not about how Kelly feels, because what happens the next time or the previous time with Seven, for example, where they do feel uncomfortable or they are feeling like really grossed out and they are personally changing their decisions in how they interact with the space based on those comments. So Kelly's interpretation of it is actually irrelevant to the argument we're having.
So you said she didn't really have a problem with it until I made the comment.
Apologize.
That's what you said.
I mean, I said it was
That's why
weird
they're
and
asking.
creepy, sure, but I didn't like say, "Oh my god, this is such a detrimental issue," like that I care that much about it. Obviously not. But like that doesn't make other people's opinions and their thoughts on it to be irrelevant. At the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and make objectification arguments because people will just dismiss them because I do OF, right? So that means that apparently I have to be objectified 24/7 on platforms where it's not even relevant or normal to do so. And I don't really want to fight against those kind of arguments because it's just like a waste of my time. I don't know. If other people want to make those arguments, though, it's probably like quite a lot to them.
How does it not matter how she feels? If I am at a party and I grab a woman's ass, and if she turns around and kisses me on the mouth, I've done nothing wrong. It matters how she feels about it. No, it's not. I'm saying that there is nothing I did wrong there. I read things correctly. She turns around and kissed me on the mouth. If I walk up to a girl at a party and I grab her ass and she slaps me, and she turns around and slaps me, and everybody's like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Obviously,
and they start shitting on me. Guess what? I've done something wrong now, and I have to accept it. I have just.
I do want to clarify. I do want to clarify.
Matters.
So, like, exactly. So, like, I don't know if you've heard this, Kelly. I've said this over the last like 2 streams as well. As like, my intention was not to make you feel uncomfortable, and so for that, like, I am sorry. Like, that was not.
If that wasn't your intention, you probably shouldn't have doubled down like a retard and said all those weird fucking things afterwards. I don't know why you did that.
That's not what we were arguing about. We were arguing about whether or not it was wrong for me to pull it up and whether or not I should have known better. And that was the conversation. So whether or not that's my intention and whether or not I think I did something wrong were completely 2 different things. But even if I don't think I did something wrong, that was not what I wanted to do. I've done it a million times, never had issues before. And then like this happened. So yes, like it was not my intention.
Before, by the way.
Afterwards,
he's lying.
No.
He knows he's had issues
I am
before.
Not. I've had issues.
We'll
afterwards.
give you a chance, JSTLK.
I did not have issues until afterwards.
His stance. Let's let Kelly and Tom go for a minute just to make sure. So fair enough.
Well,
Tom.
I mean that's pretty much it. It's like that just wasn't my intention. And so like when I came on there, my understanding was you guys were like debating with Mantis about whether or not it was ever okay to objectify somebody, whether or not it's ever okay to pull up their stuff on stream, like whether or not it was wrong for me to do that. And so that's what I was commenting on. When I jumped on, I was jumping on mainly to talk to JSTLK about calling me a sex pest again, but you wanted to talk to me. I ended up talking to you about what you guys were debating Mantis on, and then later at the end, you were like, "Oh, this is just my feelings," and I'm like, wait, this isn't what we've been arguing about the whole time. So that's why I just left, because I felt like
I mean, creepiness is a literal feeling of unease, right? So like if I say something is creepy, that's what I'm like referring to. I don't know what the fuck else I would be referring to, bro. Like, what do you mean?
So when you didn't just say I feel like this is creepy, you said that is creepy and weird. And so I think that you're characterizing my behavior, not just saying how you feel in that case. And so that was why I was taking it as not a feeling. But if it
I mean, it can be both as well, but like
which is why I'm saying
like,
I can understand it being a feeling, and I'm not like,
if I think that you're creepy, why do you care? Like, that's just my opinion at the end of the day, right? Like, I'm allowed to have that opinion, like, bro.
Yes, but I can have the opinion that you're incorrect. Like, we debate opinions in this space. That's what we do all
yeah,
day,
but you're saying it like I was assassinating your character, and then you doubled down and said a bunch of extra weird shit.
Can I just see if it's because of JSTLK's accusations?
Like what?
It's because he's been labeled a sex pest and sexual harasser, and that was used in that same context. So just
Because
you
I said on
feeling
his
weird
shit,
and creepy about.
Tom
Hang
gets
on,
to
J-Stock, I'm
continue
not done. I'm
sexualizing
not done,
you, I
J-Stock.
guess.
I'm not done, J-Stock.
I don't know why Tom didn't
Because
just talk shit to me.
J-Stock,
Why didn't he just
I'm
chat
not
shit at
done.
me?
I don't know why he
J-Stock,
didn't
I'm
talk
not
shit
done.
to you. I
Kelly.
wonder why.
Kelly literally said,
Because
Kelly
all the
literally said,
fucking
talk
time.
to
He
Okay,
uses
me.
what?
Kelly as a shield.
Kelly
that's
literally
why.
said,
One at a
talk
time.
to
One at
me.
a time.
He's
One at a
using
time. One at a
Kelly.
time. We're gonna go to
He's
Mantis.
using Kelly.
So we're gonna let
Nobody,
Jay
he is
Stickles
not using
respond.
me. He
We're
wants
gonna
to
let.
yell.
We're
I'm
gonna
talking
let.
about
Oh,
the
stop!
chat
Stop!
messages.
Stop! We're gonna let Mantis
no.
finish. We're gonna go to Jay Stickles so he can respond, and then we're gonna go to Brittany, and that's the order we're gonna go in. Go ahead.
Okay, so you feeling weird and creepy is fine. Your feelings about the thing in and of themselves are fine. And yes, people can just go, oh, well, I don't care about that. The problem isn't that you thought it was weird and creepy. The problem is from the beginning, which is why I jumped on it and why it all escalated, is because it was you were saying that, and then they were using your feelings against Tom as a sex pest and a sexual harasser. They were doing
Well,
that.
I mean,
So-
their opinions are their own. There's nothing wrong with their opinions. There weren't arguments I was making simply because, as I've already said, no one will fucking listen to me.
You think it's fine to accuse people of sexual harassment and throw around the word sex pest and accuse people of these kind of things?
Anna would know what sexual harassment is, and saying she wants my dick could be interpreted as that, yeah.
But yesterday she said that she wasn't sexually harassing after clarification from talking to Tom without Jay Stalk being there.
I mean,
being
Well,
there.
I'm not
She's
making her
yelling after
argument.
that.
That's just what her argument was, right? If you want to know what
just-
it was, that's what it was.
Yes, but
Okay.
Kelly, that we did jump on.
Hold on, I
and
do want to
both
make
of us,
some money.
Mantis and
$10 from Game Jack here. 𝕵𝖎𝖎 Magic for $10. Wick asked Tom about the list, which is a list he made in Notepad, and then later in his Discord, altered it at times. Happened to all be women that he pulled up. It says something interesting at the bottom. What is
That's
this,
incorrect. But I will give me just a
Weird.
second. I wanted to say I
Also, just
Kelly-
real quick, Mantis said she was going to leave when Kelly came, so fuck off.
True.
Mantis.
Pardon me.
Kelly, what Mantis and I both.
No, I
jumped
said I
on.
was going to go quiet.
Mantis.
When
and I
did that happen?
We're both saying that we wanted to talk to JSTLK, and you did say, like, this is about me. Talk to me about this. I want to talk about this, and so
Yes.
we did end up talking to you about it because you demanded it. But we were like, when you say,
Yeah.
why didn't you just talk to them?
But that was after you kept telling me, like, not everything is about you, Kelly. I think you said that at least twice in a situation, in a discussion that's literally about me, bro. But okay.
No, after that was when
Like, you
said it.
were
You
very
said,
interested
"Talk
in
me
talking to
about
Gesticle over me, and you said that twice. I don't forget these
yeah,
things.
you just wait, but you just said, Kelly, you just said, why didn't you just come talk to them then? Their opinions are not mine. And I said, well, I
Comments
was
in
there
chat
to
were
talk to
directed at
them.
Kelly.
You
Depends on
demanded
which.
not the
that I
comments
talk to you.
It depends on which
Discord.
part of the conversation you're talking about, right? Like,
I
certain
agree.
things should be me you were speaking to. If you
I
really want to
agree.
have like a hash out a sex pest argument,
His
then obviously you should do that with
Discord
Gesticle.
comments were at Kelly and not at me, and that's my concern. Is he clearly wanted to attack Kelly in the sorry, I'm saying Discord. The chat comments rather were at Kelly and not at me, and he's
Yes,
clearly
at the
angry
time
at me,
that that
which I'm
happened, that's
totally
not
fine
what
with
we
him
were
coming
talking
at
about.
me, but I don't know why he'd do that by going after Kelly. It just seems crazy.
Because the comments were were about Kelly, but you were the one making accusations and claims based off those comments. So I'm going to
That's why
talk to
I'm-
you
that's why
about
I'm
your
asking you.
accusations.
So I'm asking you why you made comments about Kelly when it's my accusations and me you have the problem with. Kelly didn't say anything
Wait.
weird. Kelly didn't do anything
That's
to
true.
really
You
upset
went
you. She
weird
just
off at
said
me.
she felt you were being creepy towards
Why
her.
in those
which
chat comments?
You're ogling her
I did.
Instagram
I
in
did
a
say
chat
shit
that's
about
making
her
all those
comment.
comments. Completely
I'll give you the
reasonable
same
way to
explanation
feel
again.
creepy.
If you don't remember, the explanation, I'll tell you again. Do you want
Please
me to
don't
say it
was a
again?
joke.
Was I here?
Yeah, it was a joke. I was making a hyperbolic joke based off of what it
Sure.
was that she was saying on screen. You remember this time. Do you want to write it down? I was making a
It's not
hyperbolic joke based on what it was
self-deprecating.
that she was saying on stream at the time,
We
and
got
that
the
within the context,
hyperbolic
like, it made
now.
perfect
You're-
sense.
You're just repeating the same retarded bullshit you were before.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you
I
wanna
wanna-
argue
hold
against
on,
it,
stop.
that's fine.
I have a
You're
question.
not friends.
Argue
You're
against
not
it if you would
friends.
like.
She can't tell it's a
I
joke.
have a question.
You are autistic.
I have a
Oh,
question.
okay. So
panicking.
Anna and
He's
her weren't
panicking.
friends. But
Stop.
she kept
Both
saying
of-
she was making jokes with Anna. Do you mean that you have to be friends in order to make the jokes? Is that what you're saying?
What are you
that
talking
a-
about now?
What?
Okay.
JST, okay, you just
We're
said
gonna-
we're not friends, so it's not a joke, right? Her and Anna were not friends. She was saying a bunch of stuff to Anna. She kept saying, well,
You're
these were
trying to
meant be
make a
jokes.
hypocrite argument when I'm literally in
No.
the room. These two things are not similar and not comparable, and you're just trying to like dismiss everything
Okay,
in this
You're doing it
situation
okay,
by
again.
we're gonna
bringing up
reset a little
another
bit.
argument.
Okay, and you're demanding that I talk
Tom?
to you.
Yeah,
okay?
because you're
I don't want
talking
you to get
about
mad
me
I
when I'm
talk to you.
fucking here.
Don't get,
Okay.
I'm not. I'm. Don't get mad when I talk to you now. Okay. I don't want everybody to get mad at me again when I start talking to you about the
Okay.
shit that you're saying.
Tom, everyone, we're gonna pause here because I have a couple questions that may direct this a little bit, maybe help me get a little bit more knowledge. So this notepad thing, I've heard about this notepad thing before that super chat. 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙 says his claim is that you've been acting creepy for a while now, and I think this might shed some light on maybe if there's any significance or if there's any credibility to that claim. Talk to us about the notepad. What is this notepad? Why do you have a list of names on a notepad? What does it say? Who's on the list? Go ahead, Tom.
That the list was literally just a list of women that were in my community. Then like it was funny because of like how people would like start like guessing what it was that it was about, and then like you were the one who took it, posted it on Twitter, Wick, and said, what is this?
Yeah,
and then girls from the list commented and were saying like, you know what it is, and I was saying, you know what it is, but like none of us knew what it was. It was just a fucking list of names that I randomly put on a fucking notepad.
That's really
you
funny.
randomly put them there and you don't know what it is. That's your
It wasn't
that's your
anything.
assertion.
It literally was not anything at the time.
There was
It
no
wasn't
pattern
anything.
between those names.
Why the fuck
Yeah, Seven.
No, there was
Seven's
not a
gonna
pattern
come on
between
in
the
about
names.
10 minutes, and we're gonna hear her side of
Wait,
this.
wait. Do you also
Wick,
have
I
a
gotta
Discord
go.
channel with a bunch of hot women in it called The List?
Yes, we did afterwards. Yes.
Can I
ड्राज़ी,
interesting.
you have to go, but
yeah, can I give a quick closing thought before I dip out?
Very quickly, then sure. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. So, I got to dip. Tom, if you ever want to talk about this in good faith, feel free to DM me. This has all been crazy. I just think it's really interesting that Kelly Jean keeps saying what she thinks and then taking it back right away. I gotta go. So maybe if
What
Kelly
did I
wanted to
take
just
back,
say,
you stupid fuck?
But I would say this, but nobody would care what I think about it. I would say this, but it doesn't really matter. So like, if you would actually say
That's
what you
not
would
taking
say,
it back. That
would
means I
be-
didn't make those arguments initially, but if you're going to
you're
ask
kind
me
of-
for
you're
my
making them without
opinion
owning them.
now, if you ask for my opinion now, I can give it. But
Yeah,
that
you
doesn't
should
mean
do
that those
that.
are arguments that I made at the
I
time.
am curious what your opinions now are.
I don't
That's
know
why
how
I
hard
asked
that
you
is
on.
to like track.
out. Good
bro.
luck,
It's
Tom.
not
Okay, 𝕵𝖎𝖎,
difficult.
goodbye. But Kelly, I am curious your opinions. One of the reasons I invited you on is to give us your opinions on this. So I don't care about all these other chatters. I don't care about my chatters, right? I'm insulated because I'm sponsored by Progressive Victory. I'm disclosing that yet again for like the third fucking time this stream. But anyway, so I can tell them to fuck off, and so I will hear you out and listen to you, and I won't have to worry about my audience capturing me. So I am curious about what your thoughts are, but I want to give Brittany a chance to go before we hear from you. So Brittany's been having her head up. What are your thoughts here? Also, people in my chat are asking you to clarify your comments on Kelly. Did you make comments about Kelly?
Yeah, and I can go. I don't need to. I know this is like your guys' thing, but I just want to say that I think I feel like it's manufactured drama because the goalpost keeps getting moved. And every time I feel like I can understand someone's perspective, they like change why they're upset. Or if I can understand this one, and then all of a sudden it's a new complaint. And so when I try to evaluate people's like why they're upset, there has to be like a real reason, and the real reason keeps getting moved. So I hear like, oh, it's not a big deal, we don't care, I never manufactured this, I never did this, and then why are we all sitting here? So something happened, something must have been real at some point. So either it's not a big deal and then this should end, we should stop talking, or it is a big deal and then somebody better have a real complaint, but it's not. Now both people are denying it was from them. So I'm a little confused.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
I
no
don't know.
one's taking responsibility for starting this whole mess, which never would have started without you two having a complaint. Because Tom reacted to you guys.
I probably, depends on how granular you want to go, but if you want to talk about what started like this whole leading up to this point, probably the first event was me calling Tom a sex pest in DGG chat before I even had a registered YouTube channel or kick
Was
stream.
it 3 months
like
ago?
a year ago.
Or was it longer than that?
Maybe it was like
how long a
6
time
months
is out of my control? I don't know.
So I would say
I can
that
go
I
too.
started probably this whole chain of events.
Yeah,
If that's what you're looking for culpability
Do
on
you
that,
feel
I'm
bad
fine with
about
taking
that,
it.
or do you feel like you misunderstood Tom as a consciousness, or do you feel like you really see people here? Like, are we supposed to treat you like real people or performative people? Which would make sense for the orchestrated content, because like if it's for views, then that's fine. But are you saying that you see Tom as a real person and you think Tom's a bad person?
Do I think Tom made a mistake here, and I've asked him multiple times. I said I'd stop covering this entirely if he just apologized to Kelly and admitted he had some weird sexual hiccups. Hiccups?
Well, that's implying
I
he
don't
has
know
a
what the word
sexual
is I'm
problem,
looking
which
for
he
there.
doesn't.
Yes, that's
Okay.
See how you
I
did
think he has
that?
a weird
both
sex.
of those
You changed
things.
it.
Yeah, he's good at
Now
that.
he has
He's
a
very
sex
good at
problem.
that.
Yeah.
Why
I
are
think he
you
has a sex
still
problem.
here, Mantis? Fuck off.
You're asking me
like
to
Mantis.
apologize
Mantis
for
thinks I loves
something
you.
that I've already
Love you too.
apologized for, and then you tack
Wait,
on
when
something
when
that
did
you
you
guys say
apologize?
nobody's saying. I've said I apologize for making her feel that way. That was not my intention. I've said this on my
Wait,
stream numerous times.
when
I
was the
said this
first time you said
today.
that?
He said it like 5 times already.
I realize he's
no idea.
hypothetically said it today. I didn't recall him actually saying it. I'm just asking when the first time was.
I don't know.
Why?
I have no idea.
You don't remember apologizing to Kelly over this? That was something you refused to do originally.
Hold on.
And now you
Yep.
don't remember when you
Hold
did
on,
it
let
the
me
first
ask
time.
directly since she's here. Kelly, do you feel that Tom apologized to you?
No, but also I wasn't demanding of an apology. It just is a
He's gaslighting
normal
you, bro.
response
Fuck, he's
to
gaslighting
like,
you, bro.
where did I
Okay,
demand
yeah,
for an
I
apology?
literally,
Yeah.
when you came on, I literally, the first thing I said to you was that I was apologizing, and I like, this is my issue, is that like I feel we're all just in different worlds having completely different conversations.
I'm
and
not
I don't
gaslighting. I
know
just
if
don't
I'm-
fucking remember that because it was never
Okay.
my like issue to start with.
Okay, fair enough.
But also, like, if you were gonna apologize, it should have been before all the weird fucking messages you wrote, not like fucking afterwards. That was
yeah,
weird.
if you were gonna make it about your feelings, it should have been before and not afterwards as well.
Listen, I just want to point out that I couldn't have manufactured this for drama because when I started calling Tom a sex pest, I actually didn't have a YouTube channel or a Kick channel or any like online presence. I might not have even had a Twitter.
No, but you proliferated it.
No,
you continue to
wait,
proliferate it.
I'm just saying that like this started before I had any monetary incentive to do it.
When we talked,
you could say I manufactured it for fun and that it was funny.
Oh, how fun!
But
okay,
but
the
not-
first time
I
you
mean,
said it
I'm
on
having fun.
Destiny's stream, you were streaming that day, months ago. That was
Yeah,
like
that was
3
the
months
first
ago.
time I'd ever. No, that wasn't the first time I said it. I'd said it in chat way before that, which is how Kelly found the comment. Right? She read the comment from DGG chat, so it was way before that when I first made the comment. But that was also the first stream I ever did. Was I fired up? I literally had just gotten OBS and I streamed that stream to people because Destiny was shutting his stream down. So it's the first time I'd ever streamed.
The first
that wasn't the first time I made the comment. I
and
made the
you
comment a
called
couple
Tom
times.
a sex pest. That's
Well, I defended calling Tom a
That's
sex
so
pest.
nice.
I actually called him a sex pest way before that, and then I
Fair enough.
defended, and I made it very clear, like, hey,
He defended it, and then he
twice,
said it was a joke.
twice I
and then
actually
he
made it
defended
clear
and then he
that
said it
like
was
the
a
label
joke,
wasn't
and
all
then
that
he
important to
defended
me. It was the constellation of behaviors I was criticizing. So I said we could use a different label, but he was already.
Yeah, JCLK is a
freaking
rapist,
out.
guys. I
okay.
don't. The label's not important. If we're just talking about the fact, that
I
we're
just want to
soft.
make sure that everyone knows, and I want to make sure that so I'll just ask Brittany directly. Brittany, do you think I manufacture content in this case? Do you think I manufacture content?
Actually, I use Wick as an example of a very good faith person who I've had many disagreements with, and yet here we are having conversations, explaining to who, like, you're very good about boundaries, you're very good about consent, you're very good about, I felt very good about you and Tom.
Well, thank you. And with that said,
can I just point out?
with that, hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
With that said, I have seen some of the behavior Tom has engaged in, and it's not behavior I would engage in. Let's say that. I don't know if I don't think I would call him a sex pest by any means, but it's weird. At the very least, it's weird. And I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility for people to have problems with the way Tom has treated women in his server, has treated women in his community, and has treated women online. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
You are.
Like,
you realize you're doing it. You just went back on what you're saying.
Wow, wait.
You don't think there's an issue with women having a problem with it. You are now saying that like it makes sense that they're going to think that this is bad. Like
if
you are saying.
People have seen, like,
Obviously,
again,
yes.
I see screenshots, I see topics. It's not in context, so I'm not making any judgments. I'm just being clear about this. I'm not making any judgments because I don't know, but I think it's okay to be like, raise an eyebrow at the least. I think this is the mildest form of criticism you can receive on this, Tom. the mildest.
That's different than what you said, but that's fine.
So,
Then I'm
I just need to hop
clarifying.
in.
If that was
Yeah,
different,
I'm saying
then
that's fine.
listen to
That's
this,
fine, I'm saying that's fine.
right? Is that okay?
Can I
Yeah, I've
hop
said
in
that's
really
fine.
quickly?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, sure. So, two things. The first thing is that basically I also probably shouldn't. I'm just willing to do it so easily. I'm too much of a fucking cuck on stuff like this. So I was gonna take blame for manufacturing this, but actually this drama didn't really kick off until Tom made the comments in my YouTube chat towards Kelly. That this was just kind of like simmering along. It was just a funny joke we had in the background, and then he made the comments, and then it became very real. So I would say that Tom actually manufactured this for drama and views.
So wait, you guys were originally joking, which means Tom's joke is now on top of your joke. So you guys are just bantering.
Yeah, you said simmering.
It's
You were
all
simmering
good.
beforehand. I mean,
No,
yeah.
no. I don't think
sounds like-
Tom took it as a joke, right?
But Tom was
thought it was very
joking.
serious.
Wait,
Like,
can you
the
get
Tom-
rid of Mantis,
Well-
right? So it's 2v2, because I can't deal with that rat's voice in my background here, man.
Oh,
It's
I'm
just
not
giving me
going.
a headache.
That's
Hold on.
injustice.
Stop.
If you don't kick her, I'll leave.
Okay. Well, first of
I'll
all,
go. I'll go. You guys. I'll go. So you guys. Can
No,
have 2v2.
Brittany,
Stop.
Brittany, you say it
stop.
better.
All of
I
you,
feel
stop.
like it was
Hold on. Let
relevant.
me address some things. Okay. I don't kick people just because I'm threatening to kick people, but I will say, Mantis, we're gonna have to give space to Kelly Jean because she is the subject of the conversation. So we're gonna let Kelly Jean have the floor. And I understand that you have some
I'm
stuff
cool.
to say, but once Seven gets
No,
here,
I'm
we
done.
are going to let you go because Seven has some stuff.
Yeah,
to
I'm
say as
done.
well.
Yep, cool, Wick. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
We good?
Oh, just one more. I just want to respond to Tom
again.
calling me a
Mantis
rapist
did not
really
have
quickly.
to go, to be clear. But anyway.
Okay, I just want to respond to Tom calling me a rapist. It's like the difference between me calling him a sex pest and him calling me a rapist is on the sex pest allegations, I was retroactively proven correct. Thank you.
What do you mean?
So
by
I
that?
can keep
I
calling you a
don't
rapist
rape
as long
people,
as I
so
wait
him
for
calling me a
evidence.
rapist doesn't concern
I
me.
can, yeah, I can. You haven't
He
been
has
proven
sex
correct,
pest
but
adjacent
I
behaviors
can-
at least, right? At
sex
minimum,
pest
he has
adjacent
sex pest
behaviors. So
adjacent behaviors.
waffly, dude.
So me
It's
calling
all
him a
over
sex
the place.
pest actually bothers him. I don't rape people, so I'm fine.
No, it's because I am.
Okay,
I
that
am,
isn't
like,
fair,
very
Jay.
careful with how I
I get
interact
called a
with
lot of
people.
things, and it still bothers me, even though those things aren't like true about.
I'm
me.
just saying why his comments don't bother me and why I'm not concerned about them. But I agree that somebody could be concerned.
Okay, Seven will be here in a minute. So she has some information that she wants to share on the whole situation. We're gonna listen. to
All
her.
right, so like I asked
Mm.
people about this apology, and apparently at some point there was like a "I'm sorry you feel that way" apology. I can't get clarification. There's other people saying that it was only after you were pushed on it by somebody.
That is also a hypothetical. Like I probably would say I'm sorry you feel that way.
No, to be clear,
No,
to be
it's not
clear,
one.
when I did hear this, when Kelly came on stream, Tom did say sorry.
I also
Okay.
want to specify I do not care too much about apologies, so it's like
Fair enough.
one way or the other, it's fine. That's not really important.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I guess maybe at this point, like, we're kind of set in our ways here. It sounds like. Yeah. I don't know. Any other thoughts, gang?
I mean, how much have you guys actually spoken about why this behavior is maybe just like not great overall? It's not about whether
We haven't gotten to that part yet because we've been trying to
Okay.
figure out what happened. So can you tell us why this behavior isn't because I personally I would never make those comments. Like I might pull up someone's Instagram, that's fine, but I don't think I'd ever I'd never say, "Hey, she just wants my dick." Right? When she tells me to stop. I'd never do that.
Yeah, I think so. The issue was like his chat were making weird comments before he brought up my Instagram, and this is also like he's done this before. I brought up my Instagram, so I'm not sure the need to do it again. It's kind of strange. But his chat were saying things like, "I want to put a baby in here," and other weird shit like this. And then he brought it up, and like having and cultivating a community of gooners or coom time and stuff is just kind of weird. I think that there are places and times where if someone either does sex work or sexy work or whatever, objectifying them in those circumstances is fine. If you go onto my OnlyFans, obviously I'll be more willing to engage with you about certain topics on OnlyFans than I would be anywhere else. But I think that it should be kind of obvious that this should be, you shouldn't treat somebody like they're objectified 24/7. As he said, I'm an ethot that exists only to be objectified, and that's not true. I'm a multifaceted human being, obviously. I don't exist just to be objectified all
I
of the
will
time.
ask.
It's
I'll
just...
argue that when
Hold on.
it gets
You
to
can
me.
argue in a minute, Tom, but I'm just trying to hear from Kelly real quick. So
But-
Kelly, if I may,
Sure.
I understand that we shouldn't objectify people all the time, but I mean, a one-off comment or something like, oh, she looks cute or she's hot, oh, she's super sexy. I don't necessarily think that that's wrong. Now, once you told him to stop and that makes you uncomfortable, then we have another conversation. But I think initially them just saying, oh yeah, you're pretty hot. I don't.
Yeah, so whether or not something's innocuous, I'm talking more of like, even if I'm to remove Tom out of this situation, why I think that this is sort of a negative in general, right? Because you're teaching your audience that when you're watching a politics video that has absolutely nothing to do with gooning, you should still be gooning and cooming at the side of this, and you should be... And whether he meant to or not, I can give him the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe he didn't mean to. What it tends to do is either directly or indirectly put down, because people do not necessarily respect the opinions of sex workers, right? It just ends up diminishing their arguments, diminishing their character, sort of making them seem like they should be discredited easier. It's a lot of annoying things that go along with that. So unless there's a reason for it, I don't see the positives of bringing that kind of stuff up, and there are a lot of negatives for the women involved.
I do wanna talk about Tom's community, because I have heard, again, not just from JSLK, from others, that that this is like a pattern or something. So I wanted to have maybe Seven on to talk about it a little bit.
He agreed. Tom agreed that it was a pattern. Anyway, I'll let Seven talk.
Yeah, Seven. Hi, first of all, welcome.
Hey friends, what's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you have anything to ask? I didn't have like information I wanted to share or anything.
Well, I know you had I guess, for lack of a better word, an altercation, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Incident?
Yeah, an incident, if you will. Can you kind of tell us about that? Explain it. Talk us through it.
It was just I called into your stream and I posted a clip of it, and Tom watched some of it on stream and then did the thing where you scroll through my pictures instead. And we're like fine about it. We talked earlier and we've joked about it over this time. I think what I would say is like the appearance of it being manufactured or whatever, like us joking about it and being chill is under the assumption that if something did make me uncomfortable, there's mutual respect where I could express that and he would listen. So then seeing the way that he responded to Kelly is probably making people like me feel less secure about that, and like maybe we've been giving too much charity to the situation. Like Tom, you and I talked about that earlier a bit. So yeah, that's probably why it looks a little bit like people are switching up, but I think it's fair to reevaluate.
Oh, do you think that's unfair, Tom? I mean, that seems like a good point. Right?
So I think her comments are fair. Again, what happened on that stream has been twisted and reassessed to be something that it was not. We were on there arguing over whether or not it was wrong for me to pull it up in the first place and whether or not I should have known better. And if you go listen to the arguments, that is what we are arguing about. If you go listen to Mantis, who was on there before me, that is what she's arguing about. At the end of that conversation is when Kelly says, well, I'm just talking about my feelings. And that's when I left. At that point, yes, I am heated that they are gaslighting me on the fact that they're saying, oh, my Instagram's very public, my pictures are very public. Yes, they are there for this reason. And then when you engage with them, you're supposed to know that you shouldn't ever do that and that that's wrong. And I'm saying, I don't agree with this. And they're gaslighting me in this conversation. So yes, I'm getting heated. I'm yelling. They're talking over me, interrupting me, switching from one person to another. And I'm yelling to make sure that I'm heard. But this is taken as like, I'm screaming and yelling at somebody who's claiming to be my victim, and I'm berating them for trying to
Never once called myself a victim.
I don't
I did. No, not you. Hold on. hold on. I'm saying that this is how it has been reframed. This is who I've been arguing against on my streams. The people who come on and say, hey, this girl's claiming to be a victim, and you go on and scream and yell at her. And I'm saying, that's just isn't what happened. They say, well, she was just expressing her feelings. And I say, that's not what we were arguing about. I never argued her out of her feelings. I never tried to say your feelings are bad or you shouldn't have those feelings. That just isn't what happened. And it's been twisted afterwards to make it sound like if somebody says this is a thing that you shouldn't do. The chat comments happened while she was arguing these things.
Nope, the chat comments happened before she was arguing with you, before you came on the stream.
No,
we had all
while
of the
she was arguing with Mantis. While she was arguing with Mantis.
While she was arguing with Mantis.
You're gonna keep repeating this. Yes, exactly.
Let's give
exactly.
Seven the floor.
Please. I just want to make sure that this is framed because he's doing this again.
You just keep yapping,
making those.
And literally, the concerning thing here is the chat comments. You just keep yapping about
I'm gonna
stuff
make
you
this
said
comment,
on stream.
and then I want to hear you
Okay,
disagree
hold
with
on.
it.
Nobody
Hold on. Tom's going to.
He's twisting it again.
Tom's going to very concisely finish his point. Then once he concisely finishes his point, we're going to have Seven respond to it. Go ahead.
Can I just say something quickly for everyone? So just to say, I think the confusion here is largely because there was 4 other people in the room you were arguing with. This is not like an intentional gaslighting. This is just genuine confusion. Anyway, you can continue.
Okay, so Seven was saying that like part of her issue is that it starts to seem like if a girl had an issue with it, that I might not take it seriously. And so I was saying that like I agree that that's how it's coming off, but I think it's because of how it's been twisted afterwards. Because in the moment, I was not arguing with her over whether or not she can take this seriously. The argument was over whether or not this was inappropriate for me to do in the first place, and whether or not I did something wrong, and whether or not I should have known better. And when I made those comments, it was while they were arguing with Mantis, saying that I should have known better and that I did something wrong by pulling it up in the first place. So that was what happened there. But I definitely, if somebody says this to me,
the comments targeted Kelly when she was just saying she felt uncomfortable.
Jessica, I'm very curious what Seven. If this
he was talking to Mantis, saying that I was wrong.
Hold on, gang, because Seven came on and she said that she was cool with Tom. They talked it out, they hashed it out. But this new information is painting him in a new light, and she's reevaluating. I'm wondering, with the response Tom just gave, with his reframing, with his explanation, does that put you more at ease? Is that sufficient? Do you have any more questions or concerns? What are your thoughts, Seven? Go ahead.
And to be clear, like Tom and I are still cool. This is just like a concern, I guess, that we've been talking about. But the problem is like you saying that, oh, I was just really angry and we were arguing and I was pissed off and lashing out or whatever. That's kind of the point. Like that's kind of like exactly what I was worried about at the time to even bring it up with you. Especially with the context that you got so angry at me for tweeting about that stream, right? And it was a misunderstanding and we figured it out. But you flipping out like that definitely made me feel like I probably couldn't bring it up without it potentially being a really big issue. And then I see it becoming an issue with someone that you're mad at, and it's like this. And so it's kind of like you can't say that you only give that respect and charity to people that you're cool with.
I don't. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
you reached out to me in private and just said,
but you understand what she's saying here is that the response you're giving, right? The how you treated Kelly Jean, your actions made given, and again, when you were initially mad at her tweeting it out and things like that, that these responses makes her feel uncomfortable and worried that she can't come to you if she does feel that there's a problem, that you're just going to lash out. So I'm wondering, do you not understand how this gives the impression to other people perhaps in your community that you're just that you're making jokes about the names on the list, that they fear that they can't come to you because if they do, you're going to debate bro them or lash out at them or make them feel stupid and things like that. You understand how that's a concern, right?
Yeah, I think there's a reason why Zonia got so upset at you.
Wait, no.
Jesus, I barely said anything.
I understand. Seven, can you please give them context for the tweet that you're talking about and what it is that you're saying that I was that I got mad about?
Yeah, it was funny actually. So, I mean, like just like a side note, but part of the problem isn't really what you yourself say. It's what your chat does during the time that you have the person on the stream that people have to experience, you know? And Tom's chat were all trying to figure out whether I was trans and trying to find masculine features about me or whatever.
That's weird.
Well, okay, it's like a running joke with me and my friends because everyone thinks that because I have trans friends. So that's how I even found out he was talking about it. I got sent screenshots. We were laughing at them. So I tweeted, "Oh my god, I'm really being investigated on tomfoolery right now." And he thought I was accusing him
Yes.
of being phobic.
Transphobic,
And-
yes. And so I was saying, I don't feel like this is like a fair representation of what I was saying.
no,
I didn't say anything
okay.
about her being transphobic, and
I-
that's what I was upset about. Not like some accusation about me sex pesting or
Just
anything
would
like
like
that.
to see
So-
Tom
But-
let Seven speak instead of
but-
interrupting her. Thanks, Tom.
Oh, thanks, JSTLK. You can suck my dick.
But I let's not downplay it. You weren't like, I don't feel that's what I said. You said, I expect a retraction and an apology. And you tweeted
Yes,
that publicly. And
yes,
that was like
Let Seven
like-
finish her concerns, and then you can
because
respond.
keep in mind I'm nobody. Like I'm nobody. I'm just a person on Twitter. I don't have like a platform or anything. So someone demanding a public retraction out of me was kind of intimidating.
You have more than 3 times my followers, Seven.
Get Twitter followers.
Yes, yes. So that's why I was saying on Twitter, where I
Does
feel
that
like I could
matter?
just quote tweet this and say this
But
didn't
you're
happen.
tweeting it
wasn't-
while on stream.
Correct. And yes, because it came off as serious. Yes, it came off as serious. It came off as like I did something wrong. The other people who were there all took it seriously as well, and were saying that I did something transphobic.
Okay,
And so afterwards,
I
you just
understand that.
Damn,
apologized.
he's about to
and said,
debate
"Sorry, that
Seven out
came
of her
off
feelings
seriously."
too.
Okay, but no, hold
W,
on,
Tom.
stop, all of you, because from my perspective, again, I'm much more familiar about this incident than I am the Kelly Jane stuff. It's if regardless of the reasons why, what they see as and what they perceive as every time someone comes at you saying, I feel uncomfortable about what you did, you
That isn't what
are
happened.
very,
That's not what we're
very,
talking about.
very forceful. Like that.
That's not what we're talking about. That's not
What
what
do
we're
you mean
talking
that's
about.
not?
Wait, she was making a joke about me being transphobic. She was just making a joke.
That
Hold on,
wasn't even
Seven.
what
Let
the
Seven
joke
go. Go
was.
ahead, Seven.
Okay.
It like saying that you're being transvestigated is a Twitter joke. Like it's not a serious term. I wasn't actually accusing you of doing something transphobic. It was a joke. I feel like it's annoying that by having to explain this, we're like relitigating it when we've both already apologized to each other because it was a dumb misunderstanding.
Yes, no, I'm just trying to give context because when you're saying like when somebody brings you an accusation and you get upset, it seems like it's hard for people to engage with you. I'm saying in this case, the accusation was that I was doing something transphobic, that I was transvestigating you and trying to figure out what genitalia you had, and I was saying that I didn't do that, that didn't happen. And so then it came off as though I was being transphobic, and that's what I was upset about. You said it was a joke. I was like, my bad, I misunderstood. And yes, we left it alone. It was just that when it's brought up as like people are telling you they're uncomfortable about something and you don't take it seriously. In this case, the uncomfortability was with me transvestigating you, and it wasn't something that I actually did, right?
No, like I just think as context for like how this situation happened, because like that interaction happened before I even had all the context of what you said and looked at on stream, right?
Mhm.
So we already had to like deal with this issue where I was really taken aback by how mad you were and kind of like under pressure. So it's just like it's just context for how messy things were, I guess.
Okay, $10
Yeah.
from Nasty Main.
But
You
also,
guys aren't
can
gonna
I-
get rid of my money's first, and then you can go, Seven. I promise. $10 from Nasty Main to say making comments about my Instagram is creepy and makes me uncomfortable. If you pay to make those same comments directly to me on my OnlyFans, then that is okay. Thank you for the $10. Go ahead, Seven.
That's capitalism, baby. What was I gonna say? You've completely scrambled me.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I guess yeah.
Oh wait, actually, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I have recalled. Also, that tweet wasn't about you doing it. It was about your chat doing it, and they were doing it. That's like if you
But the
look through the
tweet did
chat.
say
That's
tomfoolery transvestigated me.
no, on tomfoolery, like on your channel. That's what I meant. That's what the misunderstanding was. But like to be clear, they were absolutely doing that. That's most of what they
I think
said
you
about
also
you.
said on tomfoolery as well, so it wasn't you didn't
Yeah,
miscommunicate.
exactly. Yeah.
So
No, I
I
get
guess
how it
with
came across
that,
the wrong way still, but
sure. With that, do you think that your community has a problem with treating women inappropriately, Tom?
Yeah, we had a conversation about the fact that if they were saying that shit, they should not have been saying it. So
Okay.
once she told me, yes, I was like, wait, did I say that? And people were like, no, chat was saying it. I was like, oh, don't, what the fuck? Why are you guys guessing on their
And so you've
genitals?
told
That's fucked
chat
up.
not to
And
do that in the future, and you've taken steps to
yes,
moderate. Cool. Okay.
yeah,
What about
and
this
the
Kelly Jean stuff? Have you taken any? Have you
well,
talked to your chat
I
about
just
that at all?
that's also not
I
what
just
happened, to my recollection. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
okay,
Seven is
go ahead.
he being disingenuous right now? Go ahead.
Well, you said no, not that I know of, and then moved on. There was no like you shouldn't say that, or like let's not speculate about that, or any addressing of it. I'm just sorry. I'm just
I
being accurate. That's how
okay,
I remember it.
okay. Anyways, like when she's saying I was watching a clip of her on your show, that was on Twitter. The
Yeah.
clip was on Twitter. And then the pictures that I went over were on Twitter. So I was already on her Twitter, right? This is all the same place. So if I'm on Kelly Jean's Instagram where there's a debate, and then also on Kelly Jean's Instagram where there's a bunch of photos, this is like very different context for each one and like where it is where I'm moving
Okay,
from
so
one
do you
thing
think
to
your
another
chat
or
did
bringing up
anything wrong when
irrelevant
it came
things.
to Kelly Jean?
Yeah, I also said I think some of these comments, I don't know if they're wrong, but this is not what like we advocate for. We normally say
And you said
respectful
that on stream?
objectification. Yes,
Okay.
we said this on stream. We want respectful objectification, and that like yeah, this is a little too far, but
I just don't know why you needed to look at my Instagram anyway. My video was literally there on the screen in the debate. Like, what was the purpose of looking at my fucking
And your
Instagram?
chat had looked at it 2 weeks prior as well.
It's
So you
like,
do
what did
care.
it?
So it's
What did
like
it add?
this is what I'm saying.
This
you
is
do
not
this
me
because
caring. This is asking him why he does
But like
things to figure
because
out what
okay,
his
I even do
motivations
this on
are.
stream. When I look up content creators, I pull up their Instagrams, and then if they have OFs, I promote them because I'm a sex worker, and like that's what you do. He didn't even stay long enough to promote your shit. Like I would have promoted it, girl. You have great Instagram photos. Let me tell you, I got to step up my game. But like you have good shit. Why wouldn't you want part of your brand promoted? I don't get why you're ashamed of part of your brand. But also like you are changing the goalpost on him again. It's like I'm watching you say, I don't care, it's not a big deal, but also, why did you do this? But also, I don't care, but also, why did you It's just like,
I mean, I
want
can answer that.
Yeah, please. I'd love to hear it.
I've been ill for quite a while. I have a free OnlyFans. I don't really, like, there's no bonus to me, just to, like, I don't need people to pay me to send, like, say that they're hot on my Instagram. They can do that for free if they're desperate to do that. This is not like a money thing. And I have been very inactive due to being ill. I've barely done any content on there. I haven't streamed in like a year. There also isn't really anything for me to promote. But I've also just been, I've always kept some separation of those two things anyway, because I want people to be paying attention to the words that come out of my mouth and not just being like, oh, she's got an OnlyFans, better go goon over there, I guess. I just don't have any interest in like combining these two things because the audiences are very different, and I don't really want the type of audiences that are interested in the debates and stuff to be paying for anything anyway, because they're usually really weird people. They're not cool people from like the cosplay community that I know and I trust. I'm just not interested in growing my OF in this way, even if it was actually a paid one, which it isn't.
Okay, I'm sorry you're sick. That really sucks. As a chronic health person too, I get it.
So I just need to ask really quickly, because Brittany here is saying that like, oh, she's basically using the mean comments and then the Kelly's a sex worker comments to say that the stuff towards Kelly is okay. What about the stuff towards Seven, Brittany? What do you think about that stuff?
I'm actually super lost on. I'm so sorry, Seven. I don't know your context, and I'm a little confused. I will say one thing though. Whether a YouTuber or a Twitter person or a follower, like I think using that against Tom going at you on stream means you probably shouldn't be on the internet. With
I'm
peace
not
and love.
using it against him. I'm just giving context that like it was out of nowhere.
For sure, but like maybe I misheard. I'm so sorry. Didn't you say that you said you're a Twitter person, but he insinuating as if like he can't come at you because you're a Twitter person?
No, but if you're just a random Twitter person and a content creator is really angry at you and demanding public apologies and saying that you've made false accusations, that's really intimidating. I'm like I'm not saying that as like he did something wrong. I'm just explaining at the time that I felt like I really had to scramble to like make that situation right and make things cool between us, and that sort of set a standard for me. Like I think you'd agree, Tom. I've gone out of my way to check with you every single time I've ever mentioned this.
Yes.
when we joke about it. So like
Mhm.
it kind of set a standard where I really felt like I needed to appease him and keep things chill.
Mhm.
So
And
yeah,
I felt bad that I
that's
like misunderstood. I didn't get the joke, and
yeah.
I
We both
I fucked up.
apologized. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess I'm confused. Like in my head, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think I've always been confused about this space. Like this is my career. Like I make a living doing this. This is what I do for a living. Like I would never be on the internet unless I was ready to be on the internet. So I guess I'm confused about why people are here in this space if they're not ready to be seen on stream, if they're not ready for people to call them out. Like why do you have public Twitters or public Instagrams, or why are you even posting content, or why are you on panels? Like I guess I just don't understand. And maybe someone can explain it to me, because this has always confused me. Like I thought you were a content creator. Like why else would you be here?
Well, I can
That
answer. Oh, go ahead, Seven. But then I have an answer for it. But go.
yeah. Like the way that this happened was the clip Tom watched a bit of was the first time I ever called into Wix after show.
Oh, great.
So like, yeah. And that's actually another reason. Like me and Tom are just like rehashing our conversation in public now.
Yeah.
But like that's another reason I didn't make a big thing of it, or with him at the time, is I was like, well, this is what I have to expect, and if I can't handle it, then I can't be on streams. And I
Mhm.
said to Wick that I probably can't. That's how I felt at the time.
Okay. Yeah, you seem
So
really well
yeah,
intentioned, so I don't mean to like accuse you of anything.
yeah. No, I agree with you in sentiment, but I think like having that standard for just having a Twitter account and engaging with the community is a bit high.
Sure.
But I get it in the sense that I was on a stream. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know if I
again, you
agree with
sound
you,
really
Brittany,
nice, so.
and I'll tell
Okay.
you why. Right?
Yeah.
So my content is, despite today, okay, mostly political. Okay, mostly political. I do dabble in the drama and the discussion back and forth. Right? It would be weird if someone were to use like my images and things and sexualize me and like start making like weird sexual comments when I've never presented myself sexually. I've never done any of that. It would be a very strange thing. I don't think I should be expected to be okay with that simply because I'm showing my face on the internet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it seems to be what you're implying is, what if you aren't ready for that, if you aren't ready to be sexualized, then you should just not have a Twitter account. And I don't know
agree
if
with
that's
that, yeah.
I
do
just
agree
think
with
that's
that.
such a weird standard to have.
I'm not saying you can't fight back. I'm not saying you can't sue someone. I'm not saying you can't like defend yourself. I'm just saying like it's just like when people put their babies on the internet, I think it's a super red flag, because like we know the extent that PDF files are making an effort to like put your child's images on these sites. So like if you put your kid on the internet, it is innocent. So I'm not actually blaming you. I'm just saying, just so you know, if you do this, here are the consequences. And there's some extent to which a grown adult should have some awareness of being on the internet in general. But I'm not saying you're a bad or evil person. I'm never saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying like, oh, I don't understand like why you would do that, I guess. Because I'm used to people being so private otherwise. I guess I'm shocked anyone would put themselves under duress like this without some sort of understanding of like how stressful it is, because it is a very stressful thing to be focused on. I know you guys have made content about me. I'm aware. It is very stressful. But also, I'm willing to forgo the stress because the job is so beautiful and I love it so much. But it is my passion, to be fair. It is my dream job. So
Can I just really quickly
Please.
ask Seven a question here? I just want to ask if, like, based on your interaction with Tom after going on this WIC panel, it seemed like if you're on WIC panels, you're probably interested in politics, you're in this space. Did the interaction, the transvestigation by his community, did that change how you wanted to interact with the space at all? Did it make you pull back?
At the time, I told Wick that I'm not doing it. I can't handle it. Can't do it. And that's because my outlook has always been that either I can sign up and handle it and be stable and reasonable in engaging with it all, or I can't. And to like have that first time so quickly turn into watching people like really picking apart my appearance and Tom playing a tiny clip of what I said and then stopping and just going through my pictures instead. It was like, oh, this is what I'm signing up for.
And just
So it was
to,
like not the
yeah.
best introduction.
And
I think
just to
there's
say,
something I could add to that. I think that it's also okay that we hold people that are in this sphere, like Twitch Bowl, and sort of related to a higher standard than just some other random streamer that we don't really have any crossover with. I think that's okay. I think that's okay to be a bit more bothered. I think it's okay that other people in this sphere should be understanding that, like, it's our thoughts and opinions that are being shared predominantly, and that no one really likes those being discredited in this sphere specifically as much.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
I think it's okay to hold people to a little bit of a higher standard with that.
It is frustrating to me because this is not the first time it has happened. I have not done it. My community has not done it, but others have done it to people in my community. When I have a woman on stream, they are immediately sexualized in a very real way. And as Seven's story just illustrates, right? Tom, look, on a very selfish note, you lost me a really good guest. That's frustrating to me, dude, right? Like, I understand, like, you may not have think you did anything wrong or whatever. Okay, fair enough. But what you did drove someone that I would have liked to have on stream on a regular basis away. And that's not the first person that's been driven away like this. It won't be the last person that's driven away like this. But if we're wondering why certain people, like especially women, are uncomfortable in this space, I think we gotta contend with that a little bit, don't we?
Sure.
Yeah.
So wait, we've had these conversations on my stream a million times with like sex workers, even just like in general behind the scenes with Instagram models, and like when we talk about like who it is that we pull up on stream, it's just mostly based on whether or not it looks like that is the point of it being there, is for people to like appreciate. And the like over sexualization, again, like if people are saying like, oh, the fucking I'm gonna fuck her tits, or like, yes, there's like explicit comments that I'm just not okay with and I don't think are okay. We do talk about respectful objectification pretty regularly. There's like tons of feminists who make a big deal about it in my community, and so we've tried to make that the thing. And I just like the whole idea of like, well, I don't know why you would pull up my Instagram when you're looking at a debate video. I don't know if I did it the other way around and I was just looking at your Instagram and then I was like, hey, let me go pull up your debate video. Like, I don't see the differences between these things for my community. I understand that if there's like communities that are super misogynistic and are going to think less of somebody and like denigrate their points over it, then I could totally understand. But we have
one of the
never
quotes
had that
from your chat, Tom, was, "I love Kelly Jean until she starts speaking."
I mean,
yeah.
To be fair to you, I believe I've seen that in my own chat a couple times. So
that's
listen.
normal, right?
Wait, they
Doesn't
can say
everyone feel
that.
like that
They
way?
can say
It
that
is
from
normal.
her
That's why I just
profile
pointed out
picture.
about my own.
Yeah, I don't know if
chat.
that's, I don't know, that's mean, but I don't think that
I'm just saying
to
that is a
any
comment.
sexualization.
It is a bit of an issue
Isn't misogynist
in the
I would
sphere
disagree.
in general,
I don't
right?
think
And
it's an issue.
I think
I think it's a troll. I just think like people think I'm trans all the time because I'm Middle Eastern and everybody's racist, but like they're not really. They just don't know women with big noses. Like, also, Tom, have you never pulled up my Insta on stream? Do you think I'm ugly? Is it because I look like a man?
I don't know if I have. I probably have. I can never remember. Apparently, there's a ton of women I pulled up that I don't remember now, and so
You've been making lists, Tom. You have a list. What's a list for if not to remember?
Oh wait! I need to know this. I need to know this. Is
The
7
list
on the
is
list,
not a
Tom?
list of women on the. The list is
Wait,
not
Tom.
of women that
Is 7 on the list?
What 7 is on the list? Yes.
Jesus.
What happened? This list is
There was
ever evolving.
there was it was just a list. Like it
That
like
was the
there was
clerical
nothing.
era.
What if I
Yes,
asked?
like
What if Tom? You know
the
me.
funny.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
Tom, you know me. Okay, we have a relationship. I don't know if we're friends, but we're friendly, right? We have a working relationship. If I asked you right now today, hey, next time you're watching one of my streams, which I love when you do, it's always great when people react to my content. Please don't pull up the Instagram of anyone on my streams. If I asked you that today, would you agree to that course of action?
Oof,
As a respect for me. I don't care about these women, right? As a respect for me.
But I don't know that that's actually out of respect for you. I think.
But if I'm asking you to do this, hey, please don't do this. Because
Yeah, I don't know.
want you to do this because it's losing me guests.
That's a big
Real
ass.
quick, I want to say I'm not
Is
a
that a
political
big
streamer
ask?
anymore, guys. I'm an Instagram reviewer. Sometimes, if I find an Instagram of somebody who
Nice.
debates, I might go check out their debate channel.
Why are
and their
you
debate
trying to
is
meme out of
really
a
good.
serious conversation right now?
I
Because
mean,
you're
this
mean.
question
I'm
is
not.
serious.
I gotta go.
I'm
I gotta
being
ask a
serious.
question.
Yeah,
I'm
ask
a
a
Listen,
So I
question.
should go.
You can say
I
I'm
gotta
bad
ask a
faith,
Hold on,
but I
Brittany's
think
gotta
Wick's
go.
pretty
Brittany's
good
gotta
faith.
go.
You're
Let
so
Brittany
bad
ask her
faith.
last question. Brittany,
I just
go
gotta
ahead.
ask this question.
I
before
just
go.
think Wick's good faith.
Okay, Wick is always good faith. Okay, Tom, have you ever bought my OnlyFans?
I don't think so.
He thinks I'm ugly.
sorry,
Papa Gut
man.
told me to
I'm
ask you
sorry.
that, and if you
I
said no,
will-
you think I'm ugly. Tom thinks
Tom
I'm ugly.
L.
This is misogyny.
sorry.
Misogyny is thinking Middle Eastern women are ugly. You're
I do have
racist
friends
too.
that have gotten their
You think-
Instagrams. I will add yours to the list.
Sure. No, I got it. No, it's fine. I got it.
Another list?
No, I'm wrong.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Brittany,
Bye.
Later,
thanks for
Brittany.
coming along.
Bye.
Okay, Tom. We are gonna end this soon because God. But Tom.
Yeah, I got it.
Just to be clear, I am asking you in all seriousness, don't do that anymore. At least on my streams. You can watch my streams all you want, but please wait till after. Right? Wait till at least after like the stream's over, and you can do it on your own time. Right? Just
Yeah, sure.
If you're watching my content and if it's guests on my stream, please don't do that. Cool.
Fair enough. I
Thank
try not to watch people's streams while they're live. So.
Let's be
Imagine
real.
Justico
Every
would-
woman,
we would
every
ask the
woman in this
same,
space
right?
asks the same. Yeah, every woman in this space would ask you to extend them the same courtesy.
That's incorrect.
Can
wrong.
I
You're wrong.
Oh,
add-
sure, unless they explicitly say otherwise.
can I add something a little
Not
bit
unless they
soy?
Hold on,
explicitly say
seven
that.
You
Add
could
your
always try
soy.
asking people for consent. That's also an option.
7.
The consent is you putting it
Hold
up
on,
as a
hold on.
public
7.
image.
Ask your
That is
soy
what
That
it
stuff.
doesn't mean you're just automatically de facto just consenting to having them go over on your stream with
does.
your weirdo chat
It
saying, I
literally
want to
does.
put a baby in here and other weird fucking comments.
Literally does.
7.
No, you could just ask Tom instead of being a lazy fuck. Like, hey girls, can I go over your Instagram? And I'm sure a bunch of them will say yeah. So like, what is the big deal? Is it just because you're lazy or what?
No, hold on. These are different questions. You said it's not consent just because it's there. Yes, it is. It is consent. That is like they did
It's
consent.
consent to look at it in
But
certain
I'm not saying that
contexts.
that means-
It's
Okay.
not
But I'm
consent
not
to
saying-
broadcast it, right?
No,
Tom, is
no,
it
no,
consent
I'm
to
not-
can't
broadcast?
just
hold on,
you can't
hold on,
just
hold on. Let me
broadcast
finish
everything
my
you
fucking
like
sentence.
on broadcasting
Let me finish-
platforms.
let
That's
me
not how that
finish my
works.
fucking sentence.
Guys,
If they
Wick
publish
is
it,
trying
that-
to leave.
If they publish it, that is them consenting, literally. Even
I
in
still own the
Okay,
copyright
stop,
of my
stop,
pictures.
stop,
Putting them on
stop,
Instagram doesn't
stop,
make a
stop,
difference.
stop. 7 has to go. Let 7 have her closing soy thought, and then we'll let you guys argue about the broadcasting. But I want to give space to 7. Go ahead.
I want to go as well. I wanted to make this statement before she
I-
left. I would like to say this before she goes.
Man,
It
let a
interrupted 3
woman
times.
say a word. I don't have to go. I just thought I said Wick is trying to leave. My soy thing is just like, obviously it's an inside joke with my friends. I don't care that people think I'm trans. It's funny. But it did occur to me that if I was trans, the stuff in Tom's chat about me looking like a 6'2" linebacker and stuff would probably be really upsetting to me. So I think that probably you should kind of address that when you see it, because it could
Mhm.
really hurt people. Sorry to be soy. It's just
Yeah,
a
no, I
a
agree.
thing.
I agree.
Go ahead.
so yeah,
Say your piece, Tom.
Yes. So again, so somebody publishing something is literally them consenting to it. It's in the terms of service on Instagram that other people can use these in other media platforms.
No,
This is
you still
literally-
own the copyright of your pictures
are
when you
not
put them on
letting me
Instagram. Go
talk,
look at
can
the
you mute her,
Instagram
please?
TOS,
Can
you
mute her,
stupid
please?
fuck.
This is the 4th time that I've tried saying this.
Oh.
This is the
This guy
4th
seems
time.
really
You're just
contrite.
wrong.
This is the 4th time. I don't care. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to leave. Okay. Yes.
You're just gonna say
you are
something
consenting to
incorrect
it.
and lie again?
No,
Go for it.
I still own the
Literally-
copyright
yes,
of my
you are consenting
material.
to it by publishing it. If you disagree, DMCA me. But otherwise, I'm saying yes, you are consenting by publishing
Oh,
it.
also,
and that if
Kelly
you ask
never
me
brought
not
up the
to,
DMCA.
I will
Tom
not.
did, just like
and
that.
If you ask me not to, I will not. I will not go over it. I've held this.
Doesn't
standard
ask
since
for
the first
consent
times already,
confirmed.
And yes, you are consenting to it. I ask.
No,
I
you
see it.
can't be bothered to
$10,
ask. He just
$10,
assumes
$10 from
Thank
Tom.
you. Love you. I'm gonna get
$10 from
Let
Dwight
Wick monetize
Baldwin.
his shit.
Bye. If you're gonna dip, bye.
Jesus.
Wick, one thing that needs to be addressed is that this is really a personal beef. Justico said he thought Tom went after Kelly as a proxy for him, but we'll get to that. We are going to go soon. I just wanted to let everyone know this is an example of the influence of audience capture. You all wanted your drama. I saw the numbers go up, so I abandoned my initial plan to explain audience drama or audience capture, I should say, and I allowed this to happen, and I brought people in, I invited people in. This is audience capture and the power of it. So you get a lesson, an object lesson in the power of audience capture. You're welcome. Last thoughts from everyone on the show. We're gonna go and let Kelly be last. So Jesticles 7, then Kelly. Jesticles, go.
Sure. So I feel like he repeatedly reframed everything. He lies a lot. Like he just lied about the Instagram TOS. Does not say you have the right to rebroadcast the images there or use them for your own media. Obviously, because no content platform in the world works that way. I don't know why he does that. I think he's talked about it before in his stream that he's just a pathological liar, and I'm starting to see it play out a lot in real time. I realize you're probably not going to like me taking that shot, but he just keeps like, yeah, stretching the truth, changing what is actually real, and we can all see it. So I just have to sit here repeatedly saying, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. And then correcting things. Anyway,
okay.
Tom is 100% a sex pest. And because I respect Wick enough, I won't make any other accusations about him.
Not any other accusations. You've already.
Well, there are other accusations, but I'm
you
not
called
going
him
to
a
make those
liar. You called him a
stream,
sex
okay?
pest. Well, I'm sure we'll hash this out. Thanks for coming on and explaining. I don't know if I'm any more educated on the topic than I was before, but thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Just hold on. One more, just really quickly. The main issue, if somebody is creeped out by what you're doing and they ask you to stop, if they even just say, I feel like you're being weird, you're being creepy, that is an indication you should stop and not continue making sexual comments. I know everybody knows that, but there are some people, there's like a 5% of people who need to be reminded. So this is your reminder.
Okay.
Just stop when somebody asks you to stop being creepy. Thanks,
you.
guys. See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 7, go ahead. Last thoughts.
Probably the same last thoughts I had on Chud's segment about it earlier. Like, Tom is just a weird guy and he shouldn't do that. But I don't want him like cancelled or anything. We're fine. But I actually think J-Stock like makes a point that kind of sums it up, which is like, at any point, if a woman is like, this makes me feel uncomfortable, and you double down and triple down and do it more, and I think there was one thing Tom said that was like, I'm going to do it just to upset her, kind of was the vibe. That's really scary. Like, even if what you're doing isn't scary, the like dynamic of that is really off-putting and alarming to people. So yeah, don't do that.
Well, thanks for coming on and being
like
willing to
closing
explain the
thoughts.
thoughts. Thank you, 7. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Kelly, the last word is yours. Thank
Yeah,
you,
I
first
don't
of
like.
all, for coming on, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's no problem. I don't like this. It's easier to apologize than it is to get permission sort of mindset. We've seen that it's blown up when like people have had videos taken down because they haven't been reacting enough, and there was the whole like reaction drama arc. Like, you shouldn't just assume, especially when you're taking content from a completely different platform. Because Tom was asked at one point, like, okay, so if the person that you were talking to did like hardcore porn, would you bring their hardcore porn up on your stream? Or could there could be particular issues with this, right? But it's, I just don't like that. Not in this sphere. When it, like, he had me at it on Discord. He could have asked me, like, for input or whether these things were okay. But I think it's either just laziness or just, like, being obstinate. I don't really know.
And you're
I
letting
don't
everyone
really...
know, to be clear right now, that you're just not comfortable with people doing that.
Yeah, I think it's really weird. I think the only exception would have maybe been when I've done specific OnlyFans panels, because I think, did I do one with you, which was OnlyFans based?
You
It was
did an
with somebody.
AI-generated deepfake thing?
Yeah, I can kind of get the idea where that could be adding some kind of context to what I do if we were looking at all of the girls and like how this relates. But that is the only that's the only exception I can really think of. And to be honest, it's still not even necessarily in that situation.
Yeah,
right?
I know you've expressed discomfort when people have made comments and things like that, and I've tried to get my chat to tone it down. I'm not their dad, right?
Yeah.
And I can only moderate so much.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that it upsets me or affects me, and it might be kind of annoying sometimes, because generally speaking, you don't want the things that you're saying in a debate to be dismissed because of dumb shit like this. Otherwise, why bother being in debates if people are just going to be like immediately dismiss everything that you say? It's like, well, what's the point? And the fact that 7 has said that she felt like she didn't want to be around as much, I think is a really common issue. I'm not someone that is capable of being driven out by someone like Tom. Like, I will outlast all of these losers, okay? So it's not really that much of an issue. But with other women, a lot of them are a bit more sensitive, are a little bit more freaked out, made uneasy, weirded out, creeped out, whatever, than I am. So just because I am saying I don't care, which is true, doesn't mean other people shouldn't care and that other women might not care, right?
Well, Tom
so do not take,
Yeah, Tom committed live, on stream, on air, to not doing it with my guests. So that means, gang, if you want to feel more comfortable in the space, right, come on my show. You're immune to Tom. You have an immunity to Tom. Tom won't touch you and objectify you and sexualize you if you're on my stream. And speaking of that, I hope you come back soon. I hope you feel better soon, and we can get you on more stuff because I always value what you have to
maybe.
say.
It's gonna take. I got a lot of tests going on this month, so we'll figure it out. Maybe.
Yeah,
Question
we will.
mark.
I'll keep in touch. Kelly Jean, thank you, and we'll see you
No
later.
worries. Bye.
What a great stream, gang! What a great stream. We're gonna go now because I don't want to sit here anymore. I got food to eat. I got things to do. Tomorrow we're gonna have call-ins. That'll be fun. I'm trying to get Meep on. Meep Moment. She said she would come, but then she got banned from Twitter, and I sent her the links and stuff on Discord. Hopefully she on Instagram, I should say. Hopefully she gets it. That's the plan. We'll see if it actually happens. And then Wednesday, at 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Sour Lemon, we're going to have Lav, and we're going to have Rashad Crenshaw on. And we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Systemic racism, we're going to talk about liberalism, we're going to be talking about socialism. It should be fun. And once again, so that everyone is aware, I am paid by Progressive Victory. Not for any of this content, though. Not for a goddamn minute of this content. But I am paid by them, so just keep that in mind. It's in my stream titles. I put it in the YouTube bio or whatever, and it's in my Kick. I also put it on my Twitter. There you go, gang. We're going to raid out, and we're going to raid into Prime Kai. Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for the... Trib1 for $5 says, no more Jaystickle posting any social media of anyone else on his stream. Thank you for the $5. Make sure you let Prime Kai know this is a hate raid. We'll see you later. Bye.